Oh, fuck. I don't want to wait. I don't want to wait. You know what? I was going to wait until 6. Where is my phone? I actually don't. Okay, hold on. I was going to wait, but now oh, there's my phone. It was on the floor. I have to keep track of the stream somehow, you know? Oh, not my TikTok. No. I don't know if I have anything. Oh, right. So I do want to say, we are going to be missing a couple of members at the start of this stream, but that is going to dwindle as time continues. One of our members has said to be running late. They've got stuff to take care of. They said they'll try to be here within an hour. One of my other friends can only make these Saturday sessions every other time because they have another D&D session. It's a whole slew of stuff.
Oh, Zombie has revealed the overlay. Zombie is undeafened. Hi,
Oh.
stream. It's me,
Hello,
Ice Stream. Welcome to the
Hi.
stream.
Whoa.
Zombie has begun talking.
Narrator off.
Narrator off.
I said off.
Zombie is
hate
now
the
being
narrator.
interrupted by me. Vexira!
Yep. It's going amazingly, you know?
Ba 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 da 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 da. It's the only thing I know about that game. Get breaded.
Skill issue.
And then do stop. Do stop. There you go.
Wait. Oh,
Skill
yeah.
issue.
Zombie, you can't be heard on stream. Panda makes a good point. Yeah, the stream can't hear you.
I'm a fucking idiot, fellas. Apparently my audio capture was turned off.
Fantastic.
Don't worry.
The normal thing you do when you
Everything-
start a stream, you just forgot to turn it back on.
No, no, it wasn't my microphone. It was the actual physical audio capture slider. Anyway, we should just
No,
give...
yeah. You not turn that off while you're on your starting
I
stream?
have an external mute button. Anyway,
Oh my
let's
God.
get back to where we were. Atop this mountain, we just had a pretty intense battle with Sullivan, one of the three, as...
It was definitely really intense. I did not get rid of my doppelganger in
If you let me
about
continue...
5 seconds.
If you let me continue...
Sith thought he had
The-
game.
Sullivan attempted to use the party's own tactics against them by creating several shadow clones. However, everyone quickly figured out that the key to killing these shadow clones was emotional development. And swiftly,
Except Arillo.
except Arillo, who just outright killed their shadow
I'd kill my
clone.
emotional
Look,
development.
I don't know if I'd call that development. It's called I just have a bunny and a cat.
Okay, and did you have a bunny and cat before?
And as
No.
the fight, guys, as the fight was continuing, Lepori managed, and Lepori isn't here, so bear with me. Lepori managed to take the two guns off of Sullivan. Sullivan's cannon, handheld cannon that he had, was destroyed. And as this was happening, a blizzard begins to whip into the mountain, and your
It does?
your vision.
Wait, I've missed that part.
It happened. It started to happen after Lepori stole the guns. But this blizzard kind of comes hard and fast. It's not enough to like physically harm you, but the snow in front of you is rather thick, and Lepori has somehow disappeared within the snow, as well as Arillo, and the only two that are left here are Sith and Tempest sitting in the cart, and Sullivan,
The two that were sitting down. Yeah.
and Sullivan, who is barely visible to you two, being only 15 feet from the cart. And you both are very, you both feel very lucky to be wearing the coats you have, because you now understand their use, as snow seemingly doesn't stick to these coats. These coats seem to repel the snow, almost, keeping you completely uncovered. Sullivan, however, standing in the middle of this blizzard, just staring you down, isn't as lucky, snow covering his face. You can't really tell because his hair is a very nice, snow white, but you could definitely see it covering his skin. And as he walks up further to the cart, he begins to get a little snarky with you. Oh, where's your where'd the rest of your party go, huh? Or where'd the pooper party go, huh? I don't know.
This is Sullivan, right?
I'm trying my best here, boss. Yes, this is Sullivan walking up to the cart.
Okay, this guy's still hexed. Just needed to
Fun!
know.
Okay. I'll keep that in mind. You are out of combat because he was sufficiently disarmed completely. But he walks up to the cart, and he gets about 10 feet from it, and he kind of takes a stance like it's a Western standoff, and he just stares at you through this blizzard, snow beating down on his face. I'm gonna kill you now.
Okay.
Do try your best.
That's it? Just okay.
I mean, we
Did
don't
you not
have
see me
the
just
utmost.
rip a bullet out of my stomach? Go ahead.
Okay, but what if there were 8 of them? He tries to pull something out of a holster, but he doesn't exactly pull anything out, as again, he was just disarmed a few moments ago. He looks in his other holster, and he's like, what? Where?
8 of them?
Where's my? I had a.
Yeah,
I had
I'll say
some.
this now, Zombie. It might be relevant for this next thing. As
Mm-hmm.
part of Hex, I get to choose an ability that Sullivan gets disadvantage with for the duration of Hex.
All right.
He is getting disadvantage on investigation.
Investigation. That's an interesting one. Where's my? Where? I don't.
Go on,
He's
kill
kind of
me.
like patting all around. Well, he's kind of you notice his motions, like to look for his weapons, begin to go from more of a they begin to go from like a patting himself down to more of a like shifty like movement. You can tell he has some purpose to this as he's moving his hands up and into pockets, and he's trying to like stick them together, but you can't really tell what he's trying to do. Why won't the thing fucking play?
Wow.
What a strange individual.
She gonna kill us yet?
This blizzard's
Sure, taking your
this
time.
blizzard's coming down. How's the weather? You notice the thing in his hands is getting longer and seems to be forming more of a purposeful shape. But you can't quite tell what it is yet. And you notice that his nervousness seems to be now more of a act.
Oh.
Do
bot.
we have a chance to do anything here?
He's
Because,
still actively constructing this weapon, so yes.
Okay. Sith is going to tap his little bell. It's gonna ring and point it specifically at the thing he's trying to craft.
Okay.
I'm gonna hit it. I'm gonna try hit it with an Eldritch Blast.
Oh, an Eldritch.
Which, for context, is force damage.
Okay. You ring your little bell and send this blast forward, and the piece of very flimsy metal in his hand just pop, and shards of metal fly everywhere. Sullivan manages to cover his eyes with his arm before any of the
his
shards.
hands don't get impaled.
What?
Don't worry about it.
He managed to cover his eyes with his arm as shards of metal in his hands. He's just fucking god. Damn it. And he's more focused on his arm, but you also notice
We could just kill him.
that there's a much bigger shard in his stomach. He hasn't noticed yet. Fucking shit, where's the button? I don't He's now kind of like searching up and down his body for something else. But
You know, it's often wise to build your weapons before you get into
I
a
don't
fight.
I don't my best creations happen in the moment.
Oh,
It's-
yeah,
Are
this
you
one
gonna
is-
kill us or
It's-
should we kill you?
It's cold.
Do you need a minute?
Sullivan, save yourself the embarrassment. Do you want
He
to just
kind of
run back
You
to
could
your
just
little crew?
leave.
he kind of like hits his hand on his chest, and you can hear the sound of this mechanical clanking happen. He's like and he stops for a moment as nothing seems to really happen, as he just keeps what is it?
Freeze.
As he's laughing, you notice that his bodily features begin to almost go on the fritz. He's like flipping between faces, skin colors, but his hair, even though it changes style, it remains the same snow white color, and his clothes also remain the same. And you notice as he's laughing, trying to hit this, he just continues to go, and these laughs begin to change between various voices, and he just seems to continuously hit this button as snow begins to pile on him, and he's like, why isn't it working?
Do you need, like... I don't know what to tell you.
This one seems a little less organic than
Do you
the
want us to
first
take
one.
you out of your misery, or do you want to just turn around and avoid the embarrassment?
Normally this was, he kind of looks to his right, and then he's just like, and his pressings of the button begin to slow as his features are changing still very rapidly, and he's like, so you
I'll
gonna
tell him you got a good hit on me if you just want to leave. We'll
You gonna-
pretend we both got good.
you gonna kill me if I run?
So what's your plan from here then?
Are you gonna run into the blizzard, into the cold, with a thing that doesn't work and hope you don't get, like, frostbite or some other issue with your cold?
Both of you make a
Or do you want,
perception
like, a
check
little bit
for
of,
me.
like...
Wait, who's making this?
Both
Sunny
of you.
or- Both, okay.
Whoa, modded 20.
16.
You notice before he does what he's about to do, instead of hitting the button, he turns it, and he just makes a full sprint and jumps off the path down into what you think is the valley below.
Bye!
You don't
Well,
actually
there's
hear
that.
any sound of impact, though. He just seems to disappear into the snow.
Good for him.
This clearly isn't going to be the last time we see him.
Oh, yeah.
With the path cleared, you're now free to continue on. While it is a blizzard and you may move a little slower than per usual, Dave is now awake in the back cart like, God,
Hey, Dave!
did the blizzard start? Where's everybody? Why is there only two of you?
The blizzard started and they kind of just went poof.
Yeah, we have no sign of
Wait.
Lepori or Arillo.
Why did we?
This is what happens when you get out of the vehicle.
I've been in here.
Yeah, and you're fine.
Oh.
We
You need me to
will
drive?
potentially find again.
You need me to drive at all?
It beats waiting out here for those two. I'm
We
not
could
sure
just
they're.
I mean-
you have to track them down.
I'm sure they just headed north.
I mean,
The
have you drove in a blizzard before?
I've driven in heavy rain. I mean, this is just like rain that froze. Am I wrong?
Oh God.
Yeah, alright, Dave, you can drive.
Okay. He kind of gets up and he puts on one of the spare coats and he hops in the driver's seat and he kind of flicks.
He one of the spare coats. You got the special coat from the other person.
Oh yeah. He flicks the reins on the horses as the horses begin to begrudgingly move on, and you make your way down the path. Now, while it is a little slower, you do manage to make good time in about an hour. You don't see any sign of Lepori or Arillo on your trek forward, and
Look, let's be real. They can take care of themselves.
it takes you about an hour, but you reach the opening of this large cave. And this cave opening, a normal cave opening you would think would come off as threatening or strange or mysterious. But while, this cave opening gives you similar vibes, what you notice that's very different about this opening is that it's rather large. The path cuts right through it, and there's several glittering crystals within this cave. You can see a couple of them just from your view. There's yellow crystals, red, green, blue, pink. All of these colors dot the entrance, the opening entrance, and you do remember Sorsen mentioning a cave up ahead on the path, but you don't remember what kind of cave. And this cave opening is rather large. It goes straight through a mountain. The cave opening is 50 foot tall and 50 foot wide. It's a huge ass cave opening, and the path goes
Well, that's not
right
concerning.
into it. If you want to go forward, you're going to have to go through this cave.
Do we have our level 4 stuff now?
I made a mention to, say I wasn't going to say it out loud, but yes.
I need to check because this is important. Okay. Tempest, if you would be so kind, could we wait out here for roughly 10 minutes before delving in? I need to prepare something.
Okay. Why aren't you
Sith-
telling Dave? Dave's the one driving.
I don't talk to Dave. Dave's one of the lesser ones. Anyway,
Anthony.
Sith's gonna pull
Dave's
out
the
his
leopard.
little book of shadows.
Mm-hmm.
from
Is
his,
it cat
pocket
sized?
phone.
I have to ask. Is it cat sized?
Of course, it's cat sized.
What are you doing? What?
Sith's pulling out his little book of shadows, flicking through some of the pages until he finds the page labeled "Detect Magic,"
Okay.
and Sith is gonna sit for 10 minutes and ritual cast it.
All right then. You sit here and you
I could have just casted it.
let him have his moment.
Sith-
Let the cat have his moment.
Let Sith cook.
You sit there performing the necessary ritualistic practices in order to cast this spell, and after this 10 minutes is expended of meditating to your patron, you feel the spell being cast, and you immediately recognize that these crystals are very magical in nature. You can't quite tell of what nature. You can't quite tell if there's something evil, if there's something good. In fact, you're getting a whole lot of different readings. If there was a gauge to this, it'd be going all over the place. Basically, what you detect is there's a lot of magical energy coming from within the cave ahead of you.
Can I tell what, if any, school that magic belongs to?
That is how detect magic works.
That is part of detect magic.
All 8 of them.
All 8 of them.
All of
Evocation,
them.
conjuration, enchantment, illusion, transmutation, all of them can be detected within this
Another
cave.
one.
Well, Tempest, it does seem to appear there is a fair bit of magic ahead.
Is that all you did?
Yes. Why?
It could have been done in like a second. I could have just done it.
Yes, but that surely takes up a slot of yours, no?
And yours takes up time.
Yes, but it doesn't take up a slot. Who knows?
Are we
what-
good then?
Dave's
Or
teeth are
what?
shattering, by the way, in the corner. He's like, he's still got his hands on the reins, but he's just been watching the cat do this.
Dave,
Like,
I'm the one with a fever. What's wrong with you?
We
Thank
know
you.
what's ahead. Now.
Actually,
Let us
no.
press on.
Dave just kind of goes, I'm cold as shit.
Do you want to put another coat on?
I'm fine. Are we heading in?
Yes, let us head in.
He kind of nods, turns back, still kind of shivering and chattering his teeth, flicks the reins, and you begin to head within the cave. And this cave is rather expansive. The cave is incredibly large with no direct path telling you which way to go forward. There's just a large mass of land, and in this mass of land are these crystal clusters all around you. And you notice these clusters are placed almost sporadically throughout the cave. They've grown in very strange ways throughout their probably thousands of years, and each crystal is of a different color. The ones you can notice upon coming in, I need to pull up something real quick because I Forgor. You can notice that there are 8 distinct colors of crystals. Some have more than the other, and some of these clusters of crystals look as if though they were cut out. If anybody's observing into them further, I'm gonna have to ask for a Arcana check.
Arcana. Wow.
Arcana.
I love Arcana.
I'm gonna go for it. Sith is very curious. Hopefully. Fun. That's a 9.
It's a 9.
Damn.
Pretty color mean magic.
Modded 20.
Modded 20. Tempest, you look throughout the cave and you notice that there are 8 distinct colors to these crystals. The yellow ones seem to have a more protective energy about them.
Those are my favorite.
They seem to be
Not
related.
just because they're my favorite color. What?
They seem to be related to abjuration. There are blue crystals which seem to be creating little sparks out of them every now and again, and these seem to be related to conjuration. There are pure white ones which you can swear you see an eye inside of, which you discern might be correlated to divination. There are these green ones that seem to shift color, or not shift color, shift hue anytime you look at them. These seem to correlate to enchantment. There are pure red ones which look as if though they are on fire from the inside. You determine these are related to evocation. There are some lighter blue ones which seem to almost look like you can stick your hand through them. You discern these are related to illusion. There's some orange ones which seem to change shape every now and again. You discern these are related to transmutation, and you notice that there are fewer of these ones. But there are purple ones which smell distinctly of a rotting corpse. There are the least of
Ew.
these in this cave, and you discern that these are correlating to necromancy. From all of these spell crystals, everybody can observe that there are quite a few that have been taken out, but you do notice an abundance of red.
Of red. Which ones were red again?
Evocation.
I don't fucking. Which one is that again?
I imagine that means this cave is volatile, so we are likely not to touch them.
A lot of the
Oh.
other colored crystals are more on the ceiling and on the walls. But a lot of the red crystals are mainly in the clusters in front of you. As far as you can see, you can't see the other end of this cave yet.
Is there one of these purple crystals that I can find that's like isolated, like on its own?
The nearest purple crystal to you is about 30 feet in front of you on the left wall. As
Is
I
it,
said,
like,
there are a few.
Is it like overly surrounded by other crystals, or pretty kind of to itself?
It's surrounded by lots of other crystals. It seems to be a patch that, normal people couldn't get to. It's about 10 foot above the ground. You notice a lot of the other ones that were grabbed were mainly 7 foot, 8 foot, or 9 foot above. But around the 10-foot line, there aren't many that have been taken nor grabbed. This necromancy crystal is surrounded by a lot of yellow and light blue.
Could I try whip up the mage hand to try retrieve the purple crystal?
Sure. Roll sleight of hand.
Sleight of hand. Where's my mod for that? There it is. That is a 22.
22. As you send this mage hand has a range of up to 30 feet, correct?
Yes.
Your mage hand begins to go toward this this purple crystal on the wall, and as you make your way over there, it kind of, you have to like wriggle it around the yellow crystals, because the yellow crystals seem to have this protective bubble around them that your mage hand cannot get through. You now have a hold of the necromancy crystal on the wall. I'm gonna say, are you pulling it out?
That is what I'm trying to do, yes.
All right. Make a dex saving throw for me.
Okay, dex saving throw. Thank God. I was worried it was going to be a strength check. Dex save is +6. That's a 24.
You managed to slip this crystal out without any trouble. You notice as the hole you've pulled it out of was a lot deeper than you thought, and you pull out a decently sized purple crystal. As you've pulled it out, though, the pungent odor of a rotting corpse fills your nose even from 30 feet away. And Dave is just kind of sitting in the cart watching this happen and kind of just, like, looking back at you every now and again, like, are you for real? Not saying that, but he's giving you a look that communicates this.
I wish to find. I don't know if we have anything on us for us, but a place to kind of store it in that's covered, so we don't have to deal with that the whole way. Do we have anything that we could?
The
I
cart
have a-
has
I have-
lots of blankets in it.
Sure, let's get one of those blankets and like wrap this little crystal up in it. And after doing so, I'm going to use
Roll
new function
roll
mode.
sleight of hand.
Okay. Sleight of hand. I've literally just seen this. 17.
Ooh. As you wrap
That was not a good sound.
as you wrap
Terrifying.
this crystal up, I assume you're using the mage hand to do this. You hear a crack as now this crystal's purple glow has sort of lowered down, and you can now sense something really bad about to happen to you as this crystal has broken. Because of this, because you've broken the crystal, you take... That was lower than I thought. You take 2 necrotic damage as this crystal
my God.
has cracked. I know, I thought it would be higher. It is cracked in your hand and casted something on you, and you feel this necrotic damage kind of surge through your veins as you've broken this crystal, and the odor has now just gotten 3 times as worse. It's bad.
Ew.
Hold on. Tempest, Sith, I'm gonna need you both to make con saving throws.
Again? Damn, I have to do that every session.
No. This is for something different.
13.
7.
You both are absolutely repulsed by this odor. This odor is so bad, you physically cannot stay near it until you've, like, you cannot stay near it without suffering physical
Wow.
effects.
A fever mixed with a really bad smell.
Dave
yeah,
is just like-
character's definitely throwing up.
Dave, are you just gonna throw up outside the back of the cart?
Yeah.
Dave is like immediately like he doesn't seem to be affected at all. He rolled a nat 20, by the way. He didn't seem to be affected at all.
Killer.
And he just kind of notices the two of you, looks at the wrapped up mess and the crystal inside it, takes the blanket, swings that bitch around like a goddamn baseball, and
Oh my god.
And chucks it.
and he chucks it deeper into the cave. Now I'm gonna roll something here. Ooh. You can see him like turn around after he's chucked it, and he kind of just turns to you guys like, is that better? Did I get rid of it? And you hear further into the cave, dink, as if something hit the floor.
Oh, no.
Nothing's
No.
happened yet, and you all are
going-
still at the entrance of the cave.
I'm gonna use prestidigitation to kind of clear the air a bit.
Clear. Is that a thing you could use that for? Hold on.
Yeah, you can create a little smell with it. So I'm gonna spritz the air up a bit.
You're just gonna Febreze it. You're just gonna use the
Yeah.
Febreze. You
Sip
managed
Febreze
to,
time.
now that the crystal's out of the cart, you managed to clear this up well. And as you're both having various ill effects, you can notice from behind Dave something shoots up and hits the ceiling, hitting various other... I'm echoing through someone. Okay, it's solved. Something... It seems to be a magical projectile, zips up into the ceiling and hits a bunch of other crystals, and they begin cracking, and several other spells begin to just form throughout the room. And you notice, as it's not gotten bad yet, as it's only happening on the left side of the cave, but spells are beginning to fly everywhere. It's starting a chain reaction that will get bad soon.
Tempest, I need you to know I am not remotely sorry for what's about to happen.
Uh,
Dave, if we can pick up the pace, I think that would be best.
What do you... Oh, yeah, on it. He goes to the horses and flicks the reins as the horses begin to steer away from the cart. I'm gonna need you all to make a dex saving throw.
God, I'm fucking sick of deck saves today.
Get fucked. Anyway.
It's another 24.
I'll be right back.
Are you...
Uh-oh.
Hi,
We're
it's
just-
time for some Sith
We're just gonna
introspection.
assume... We're just gonna continue on as if Tempest is here.
We have.
Oh,
we
wait.
have-
Oh, there we go.
right? Okay.
Tempest, would you roll on the deck save?
Oh, sorry. Hold on. I literally had to switch my phone.
Oh, okay. Yeah, me
I have
worried.
attempted the character sheet for me to roll it real quick.
No, I can roll it. I have my laptop. My audio just died, so I had no idea what was being
Alright.
said.
Deck save.
Dick save. Woo! Wow. Nat 20.
Nat 20. I'm gonna say, Sith, your roll doesn't even matter, as Tempest, you managed to recognize the danger coming up ahead of you as, you realize that the crystals above you have now, you seem to sense it. The crystals above you have seemed to already have gone haywire, and a spell zips through your cart, cutting it in half. Dave, while he's fine from the spell, he kind of falls over from the driver's seat as the horses buck and drag the front half of the cart away. You've made it about 30 feet within the cave as the horses were kind of running, and you could see the end is about 90 feet away from you, and spells are already going wild within that section of the cave as all of these crystals begin breaking and zipping all over the place. Lots of red are getting broken. There's even some purple. You can hear some groaning shortly come from the end of the cave, but then it immediately stops as if something has hit whatever was groaning. And you are now all in a very precarious position as your cart is in half and unusable. Tempest, you managed to land in the right in front of the back half of where it was destroyed, and Dave kind of gets up. He brushes himself off, looks around him, and just goes, "Shit."
No, we don't have time for shit. Fucking run.
Are we just running for the end of the cave?
You got any better ideas?
I think sprinting even.
Dave just kind of nods as he begins to just book it down the end of the cave. He's looking through a little book as he does, seemingly trying to find a spell that could maybe help you guys. And
Booking it.
you make it about another 30 feet as you notice a purple crystal begins to fall from above, cracks in front of you, and immediately, even though there was nothing there, a zombie appears right in front of you and immediately just tries to grab for Dave. I'm gonna roll to see if he does. It swipes at him to try to grab him, but it doesn't get a good hold on Dave as he's now in front of you, and Dave just kind of has pushed past him. I'm gonna roll to see if he grabs. Tempest, you're holding Sith, correct?
He rolls to do what? Hold
To
on,
grab, you're holding Sith, right?
what? Always holding my cat.
This zombie makes an attempt to swipe at you and grab you, but it doesn't manage to get anything as its arms just kind of whiff, and you manage to get by him safely. More spells are zipping throughout the cave as you watch red crystals break, yellow crystals break, and you notice, yellow crystals, when they break, don't seem to cast any specific spell. However, they seem to worsen the effects of the cave and bounce more spells all around. I'm gonna need you all to make another dex saving throw.
Another deck save.
Hee.
Both of us?
17.
Even though one's being held?
Yeah, both
Yeah,
of
I'm
you.
being held. Does my deck save matter?
You know what? No.
Modded 20.
Modded.
Technically, I am by being held. I am restrained by them.
True. So your role doesn't even matter in this scenario. Ooh. You watch as Dave, running ahead of you. He's shockingly fast, you might add. You get another 15 feet within the cave. You've made it about 60 feet now. You see the end about 30 feet away from you. A green, a crystal that is green, that is that continues to change in hues of green, almost shoots out of the wall and conks Dave in the head as it cracks open. You manage to stop yourself, but you smell an almost like alcohol as it bursts into a mist, and Dave, what's his con? I need to have him. What is his con? It is +3. Dave is conked in the head by this, and he's like, is that whiskey? Why the fuck is there whiskey in a crystal? He seems unaffected by the spell that has hit him in the face, and he just kind of like looks back to you, and he's just like, he motions for you to continue as he continues to run down the end of the cave. As you get closer to your goal, you're about 75 feet within the cave. You notice that there is a particularly untouched cluster of pure red crystals. Pure blood red. And you notice that the blood red is a little strange because the other crystals that correlate to evocation are a crimson red. This cluster is about 5 feet in front of you. You might have a chance, if you want to just continue sprinting, to grab one and yank it out as you go by, but
yes.
it would be very risky.
Sith wants his dang crystals.
Too bad you're being carried.
Sith has a mage hand.
Would you like to try with the mage hand, Sith?
Of course. I want to leave this place with something.
Roll me dex and roll me acrobatics and athletics.
As a side note, can I ask a question, zombie?
Mm-hmm.
So in terms of like phase step, it doesn't necessarily say it can't, and I've been teleporting using it while holding a bunny.
What?
Could I technically teleport using it while holding Sith?
Yes.
Okay.
But you would leave Dave behind.
Well, yeah, no, I know. I'm just checking because, like, it's literally 30 feet. It's not that bad, but just in case.
Acrobatics, I got a 19. And athletics, fucking thank God I got a natural 20.
A nat.
What is -4?
A nat -4. Jesus.
-4 athletics with its strength.
So
base.
it was a nat 20 turned 16.
Yeah, nat 20 turned 16 and a 19 for acrobatics.
You manage to you almost watch as the mage hand, as you pass by, the mage hand struggles for a moment, but eventually pops the crystal out, and with decent acrobatics, it almost shakes in your hand, but it does eventually make its way back toward you. And this crystal isn't as big as any of the other crystals are in this cave. It's actually so small, it can be held within a cat's 2 paws.
I have
God
those.
damn it, Sith.
I have those. What do you mean, God damn it, Sith?
You gonna hold it?
Of course I am. It's my
Wisdom
little
saving
treasure.
throw for me.
Of course, zombie. Of course. 6.
As soon as you make contact with this crystal, it jumps up, zips around you as if it's looking for something, and then you notice your bell is moved to the side a little as the crystal latches itself onto the same, like, you know how collars have those like little rings on them to stick things on? It sticks onto it almost as if like an extra bell, and it continues to stay on there, and no matter how much you try, you cannot pull it off.
I am perturbed.
Anyhow,
Okay, continuing on.
all of you run another 20 feet. Spells are zipping by you. You even hear a fireball shoot off in the distance. The spells seem to be getting more volatile as you get
Oh, guys,
further
don't
in the
look at
cave.
explosions.
The exit is in sight within 10 feet of you. But you watch in horror as Dave kind of like stops to catch a breather. He did just run a total of 65
Until you're in the clear.
65 feet. He's running out of breath. He physically cannot go on much longer.
Well,
And you watch in horror as a blue crystal falls from the ceiling, and he doesn't even notice this, and it falls from the ceiling. It will conk him in the head if you don't do something.
fucking
I don't know if I want to try cast a spell right now.
I want to just straight up. My instinct is just to teleport and shove him.
You are within 5 feet of him. He's right next to you, but he
Just
stopped to
shove it.
take a
I'm-
breather.
Throw the cat at him.
Roll. So you can't. Are you going to like do this with one arm? Since I imagine you have Sith in another arm.
I don't fucking know what I'm gonna do. What
Yeah.
have we got?
You gonna put
What have
Sith
we
down
got?
first?
What have we got?
I fear I'm about to be thrown.
I'm debating it.
You're within 5 feet.
Well, yeah, but then I'd only have one arm. Can I try to yank Dave towards me, away from it?
Do that. I was gonna say at disadvantage, but he's also winded, so just roll that regularly.
What am I rolling?
Roll athletics.
Okay.
You could just drop me. I will land on my feet.
In a
No, I need to
crumbling
protect.
cave.
Otherwise, you'll just try to grab another thing. 17.
17. You yank Dave over as this blue crystal shatters on the ground, and as it shatters, it doesn't seem to actually shatter in any kind of way, and instead, a exact duplicate of Dave just appears right in front of him, and Dave is completely shocked at this, and they both seem to be acting in unison. And Dave just kind of...
Good thing I just pulled this one. I'm not letting go, and I'm just continuing and pulling him along.
Dave, like a sad child, kind of just holds his hand out for this clone as it just kind of looks around for a bit, but you hear Dave cry out, "No!" You don't quite see what happened to this clone, but clearly it was something
I care more about Dave.
Clearly it was something to make Dave upset. You make it to the last 10 feet, and as you get to the end of the cave, I'm gonna need everyone to make a dex saving throw again.
Oh my god! Wait, does Sid still need to?
No, you're still holding him. Actually, no.
Fucking
Only
nat 20.
Nat 20. Oh boy. You're holding all three of the people who are currently affected by this cave as you yank
Nat
Dave.
20,
You
25, I'm
you
doing great.
feel this massive heat coming from behind you. You yank Dave back as this massive scorching beam exits the entrance of the cave, and it goes upward. You manage to get out from under it, but it heads upward and begins carving a symbol into the ceiling of the cave. You notice a very radiant energy coming from this crystal, and as it's carving this symbol in the top of the cave, little spells are zipping out of the cave at high speeds, going making all these horrible spell sounds. As this symbol is finished, Tempest, are you observing this symbol?
Are we safe?
You are outside the cave. You're about 5 foot away from the exit.
I guess.
Make me a religion check.
Oh, funky.
Terrifying.
Oh, okay. 21.
You recognize the symbol this spell is carving to be the holy symbol of the god Renovamen. And as this is carved, it explodes. The symbol itself explodes, and a huge chunk of rock falls in front of the exit. And while the most that happens to the three of you is some dust getting blown in your face, the exit to the cave is now completely blocked off, and you are unable to see anything inside it. And it's almost like looking at a bag of popcorn popping as it just, you hear several things going on inside of it, and you're almost wondering if it's going to burst open at some point, but it never does, as it continues to pop, 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 pop from within. But you are safe, sitting outside the cave. Dave immediately just goes, he's just weeping and crying, and
Here, take the bunny, Dave.
he just sort of pets the bunny, and the two of you are standing there. As you know, Tempest, are you gonna turn around from looking at this entrance to the cave? Exit. Are you turning around from looking at it, or were you just looking forward? I don't even know why I need to ask this.
I don't know. I'm looking at Dave. I just gave Dave a bunny.
As you look forward with Dave, something catches your eye as this group of This group of elves is standing right in front of you, and they all have this comedic look to them as they all are looking at you. Something you notice, though, that is very strange about these elves. Number one, they all look very similar to each other. And number two is that they have a dragonborn in a cage. You know how in cartoons they have those little platforms that four guys hold a throne on? They have one of those, except there's no throne, and there's just a cage that's very cramped that a dragonborn is sitting inside of. And these four elves, they don't seem to care that you've seen this. One of the elves just goes, "Blimey, you just escaped something pretty bad in there, didn't you?"
Yeah.
I wouldn't worry about it.
The elf, Sith, you notice the elf completely fucking ignores you and is just staring at Tempest. Oh, goodness, are you okay? I mean, jeez, you bloody, oh god, how are you gonna get back? Did you just come out of there?
Yeah.
He kind of motions for the others to kind of put down this cart. The dragonborn inside, you notice, looks pretty hungry. They're wearing rather noble-looking clothing, and they're just kind of sitting in the cart, not really paying much attention to what's going on, as you could see so far, anyway. And the elf just kind of goes, "Well, were you heading to the dens of forest, madam?"
Yeah.
Well,
We
good. Glad to see another one of our kind is willing to enter the sacred grounds. He kind of looks at Sith for a moment, and then looks back to the fellas carrying the cart. This elf is wearing a green garb that kind of looks to double as leather armor. He's got these leather leggings on and a short sword at his hip. He's got the typical long blonde elvish hair with the little ears pointing out, and he looks back to you. And points at the dragonborn in the cage. "We were just taking this little idiot into to throw in jail. I mean, for one, they're a pompous sorcerer. For two, I mean, just look at the fucking thing. And three, well, they're rich, and we find the vices of society to be, bloody stupid. I don't know why I dipped into a country accent there. I tend to shift accents a lot. He kind of like wipes the back of his hair a little. You notice this is odd.
What a peculiar bunch, to be sure.
Tempest, make me a perception check.
Wow, on the fact they're racist?
No.
No, I'm kidding.
Did you notice?
Did you notice? Modded 20.
You notice this elf is wearing a wig.
Interesting.
Oh God. All right.
Does Tempest relay this information to Sith /
Nope.
JQ?
Dave just kind of stands up, brushes himself off, and Dave is also of elvish descent. And he just kind of waves at these elves as he looks at this cage, and he kind of like bumps Tempest's shoulder a little and kind of like points at it, and he makes a motion like slitting of throat. You can't exactly discern what he means by this, though.
Like slitting of the throat.
This elf is just kind of standing there. He's not actually speaking to you. He's just sort of like nervously twiddling his thumbs as he looks at you, and it's just like, anyhow, we were bloody heading back to heading
Get you good?
the other three elves are just kind of silently like looking at this guy like you notice just to help set the scene a little more, the path exiting this cave actually goes straight into grasslands. You've stepped on grass as you've escaped this mountain. A small town can be seen a little further in the distance, but you're not quite there yet. And this elf just kind of
Yeah.
The other elves seem to chime in. Boss, are you tweaking over there? Are you all right? He kind of turns. I'm just fine.
Wait, is he looking away?
Yeah, he's looking away at them.
Tempest, do you care to explain any of this?
Wait, what did I notice about him?
He's wearing a wig.
Oh, okay, cool. Can I yank it off?
Yeah, you do this effortlessly to reveal this beautiful snow white hair you recognize all too well. Whoever this elf is doesn't quite notice this. And he just continues to talk to all the other elves as they just kind of stare.
Cool.
They stare at this guy, and he's like, what's happening, fellas? Why are you on?
Nice hair.
He turns and he's like, he sees the wig in your he's like, fuck, and he just books it down, and you notice his features begin to shift as he tears off this armor and reveals the blue overalls underneath. He doesn't try to fight you. Sullivan doesn't try to fight you. He just books it down the way. And
I hate the silly squad in the best way possible.
and any of you going to try to do anything against him?
I want to fucking Eldritch blast him in the back of the head.
Are you gonna? Yeah.
I'm ignoring him and like, focusing on the other elf.
Zombie does a 23 hit.
Yes, it does. Are you targeting anywhere specific?
Yeah, the back of his head.
The
It's
back
force
of his
damage.
head.
I'm rattling that little brain of his.
There's not a lot there.
How much
I'm gonna
damage?
rattle whatever's there. Hey, zombie. I said it's not that much. 13.
Immediately, Sullivan falls over, and you hear a splat. He's not getting up.
Oh.
Good job.
The other elves
Tempest,
just
I want
kind
to
of.
go rub whatever's on that person there.
The other elves
Yeah,
just
you
kind of
go
like,
on.
just kind of look toward this, and they just nod, and they look back to Tempest. Anyway, we need help carrying this thing. He kind of pokes it with a stick. He has this thing into the forest. You must be of elvish descent. You must know a little ways
Yeah,
around
actually,
the.
can I just take that fully off your hands?
You sure? I mean, we haven't seen you around before. Do you know the way to Denza?
Positive. Absolutely positive.
Roll persuasion for me.
This is a reminder. I have a +9.
Mm-hmm.
26.
They all immediately like turn and nod to each other. And he just kind of goes, "Oh, well, you look like you have elvish descent, so I think we can. Are you sure? We can assist you in carrying it."
I'm absolutely positive. I would love for you guys
Oh,
to just
all right.
give it to me and leave.
We'll meet you in Denza. You know what to do with this
Yep,
thing. And he
yep.
kind of throws a
Yep.
stick at the cage. He's like, "Come on, fellas. We've earned a day off." And they all begin to walk by. And as they see Sullivan on the ground, one of them just kicks him a little and begins to walk off. You notice he has no reaction to this. And the Sullivan, not the elf, and they all just continue to walk towards the town that's in front of them. This cage is now in front of you. It's not made of anything super
Cool.
durable.
What kind of lock is it?
There is no lock. It has just
no lock?
shut.
It's just shut. Okay, cool. I'm opening
It's
it.
made. It's
As soon
made.
as they're gone.
It's made of. It seems to be made of very sturdy wood. It seems to be held together by vines as well, almost as if this cage was magically created around whoever this is. The dragonborn inside is also gagged and bound by the hands in front of them and their feet below them, which contributes to the fact that they haven't said anything during this whole encounter, and they're just kind of watching these three elves leave.
Cool.
While this is happening, zombie, I'm taking everything that's on fucking.
Yeah, no,
Sullivan's
Sith
body.
is going over. I'm going to the cage.
You kind of like root through Sullivan's pockets. You find a lot of scrap metal in his pockets. You don't know what to do with. But you can't really discern much else because the pockets that you can search are kind of sticking out the side of his chest. He's
Go
face
for the hair.
He's face down on the ground. And you do also notice a pool of blood coming from his head. And the hair on his head is beginning to slowly dim in color.
Good.
It didn't look like it killed him.
Damn, okay.
Sorry.
So this guy has nothing on him? What a waste.
Nothing that you can get from the pockets you can access. The holsters are empty because God knows where Lepori is, and
So true.
all that's in
So true.
all that's in the pockets that you can get are various pieces of scrap metal, which Sullivan uses to create all of the weapons that he puts in front of you.
You're insinuating there are pockets I can't get.
These are the
Roll 'em
pockets
over.
you could see.
I flip him over. Like, do my get the mage
Roll-
hand, flip him over.
Slowly
Athlet-
head nudging.
roll athletics normally.
Actually, Dave is probably helping you.
Is
Dave is still kind of like observing this dragonborn
Dave's just vibing.
in a
Alright.
cage with you.
I'm just
athletics,
waiting
right?
till I can open this cage, okay?
You can
Zombie.
take a crack at it, but
I
said-
want to.
You said athletics, yeah?
mm-hmm.
Okay, modded 0.
Modded 0. You even with your mage hand, you just go kind of like batting at it with your paws. You barely even move the body an inch to the right.
Hey, Dave,
Yeah.
can you go help Sith?
Do I have to touch the body?
Please?
Okay. He picks up.
Batting at the body.
He kind of like picks up the stick that the that one of the elves dropped, and he kind of like just kind of uses it like what is that thing?
lever.
A lever, and pushes over the body. You've left this poor man's face mangled. It hit the ground and hit the ground hard. And from what you can see, Sith, without even needing a medicine check, you could tell you fucking killed this man.
Unfortunate. What's he got?
1 out of 3 gone.
He's in a lot of his frontal pockets. You do manage the only thing you really get an interest that isn't a mechanical part or bit of scrap metal is a little pouch with very chicken scratch writing that says emergency fund on it.
Hey.
Somebody say money. Sith is
Anyway,
taking-
so how am I opening this cage?
As I said, the cage has no door or lock on it. It seems to just be bound by vines and made of wood.
So am I just cutting the vines?
You can try that.
Okay.
I'm not gonna have you roll anything for that. What are you using to cut the vines?
Fucking
A lot of sharp objects on you.
Yeah, I'm like, which weapon am I using? I don't know. Probably my fucking rapier, because I don't ever use my dagger.
You take a good little swing at this cage, and with a few decent cuts, you manage to get one of the vines off, and from there, you're able to basically just pull this thing apart. It wasn't very sturdy, but you could tell how someone bound, gagged, and sat in this cramped crate would probably not be able to get out, and you just basically pull this fucking thing apart. And now the Dragonborn is just kind of sitting there, gagged, bound, and tied, and not really able to say much to you. You can cut them loose, or
This is just kind of the awkward. I promised I'm not racist, and then cut them loose.
they seem to have a couple of words to say to you while gagged. And you make your way up, cutting off you cut off the ropes that bound their legs, their hands, and eventually you make it up to the gag and cut that off, to which they are now able to speak.
You alright?
You know, and all the time I've been locked in that cage, the last person I thought who would come get me out of there would be another elf.
Okay, well, I'm kind of like I'm not necessarily a complete elf. I'm also just not racist.
At this point, like,
Oh,
Sith
wow.
will come back over and be like, "So Tempest, it turns out Sullivan had gold. Oh,
Oh, that's good.
what's
Your
this
name
one?"
is Tempest.
Yeah.
Oh my.
This is Sith, my cat.
Pleasure to meet you.
This is
I guess.
Dave.
I'm not sure yet. Did we trust this
Our
one?
You
healer and all-around great guy.
you are
Hi.
you're the heroes of Renovamen.
Are they calling us that?
My
Calling
god, we
us
have a
that.
title now?
Well, at least from
It must be
Yeah,
since
you'll-
Lepori's not here.
well,
Oh,
your-
yeah,
your-
so true.
Your title at least goes around where I'm from.
Where are you from?
It's Draconest? Is that how you pronounce it?
Dave's face kind of like he kind of like nods as if he knows where this is. And he pulls out. He kind of reaches in his pocket, pulls out a map of Renovamen, and kind of holds it out, holding it in one hand and pointing at a little square on the very left side of the realm, right near the Ever Snow, labeled exactly this Draconest. He points. He just kind of goes here, right here.
Yes,
Mm.
that's where my home is.
You mean
Ah.
to tell me the
Wow.
Dragonborn
You are
comes
not
from a
that
place called
close to home.
Draconest?
Yeah, Dave kind of pipes up here. See, yeah, I kind of thought that was what was. Are you? Dave kind of is now asking this Dragonborn.
Are they kidnapping people and being that racist today?
You took the words right out of my mouth. This is a common occurrence.
We're
excuse me.
getting a lot of murders, Sith.
Excuse me, sir. Are you of
Well, no.
noble descent in Draconest?
Yes, Yep, because I can remember this really off the top of my head. 'Cause this was not written down anywhere for me to remember it. My father is the leader of Draconest.
Ah,
My
oh.
Okay.
Yeah, if you made it into that forest, you would have been fucked.
Sith is gonna start like prodding Tempest.
Thank
like,
you
Tempest,
so much. I
Well,
really appreciate it.
it's a good
This
thing
one's
we came
rich.
across you when we did.
This one's probably rich, Tempest.
Don't.
Okay, and I'm rich.
Dave
so
kind of. Dave
Can
kind
I
of.
hear Sith?
That's
Can I
too
hear
risky.
Sith?
Roll perception to see if you hear Sith. My God, your first roll.
It is my first roll.
are you trying to hide it?
Oh wow,
Uh,
that was a 4 plus 1, so that's 5.
You do not hear Sith. In fact, you
Meow,
don't even.
meow,
You
meow.
don't even know this.
Meow,
You
meow,
don't even
meow.
know this cat can
Meow.
talk.
I'm too busy standing up and like dusting myself off. And
Yeah, do you need
Fixing my
any
clothes.
healing, anything?
I'm here for that.
I think I'm fine. I just a little
Do you want-
rough around the edges with the
Do you want
whole
polishing
being
up at
bound
all?
thing.
Ooh. Dave kind of like motions to you. Are you sure you've been taken? He kind of pulls out the map again and he points from Draco Nest and he kind of drags his finger up to where you all now. He just kind of taps it. You're
Dave.
here.
Dave,
What?
I think they get it.
Well, I'm sorry. As he rolls up the
Have
map.
you? Were they feeding you water?
Not particularly. I mean, if I did, it was a lot.
Those.
Do you need some
Sustenance.
words?
There you go, Tempest.
Yes, I'm quite hungry actually, and thirsty, and all among other things.
Well,
I'm gonna go back to whispering back my part in Tempest. Before we waste resources on this one, shouldn't we gain some kind of promise from them?
Sith,
Yes, Tempest.
don't be rude.
It's not about being rude.
Dave,
Look,
while Dave is talking, or while you are talking, Dave kind of leans in and whispers, "Listen, I don't think that's. They would have fucking murdered them. I don't think they need much of a promise. Just save
Oh,
their
for
life."
the love of God, here's my water skin.
Okay.
Thank you. I appreciate it so much. And then Lixin is immediately gonna unscrap it, just chug, just as much water as they need.
Ooh. You all, by the way, you all have gone quite a distance, and the entire trek across the mountain has taken a decent little while. And as you know, you've found
lost our cart.
Lixin. As you found Lixin in this,
Oh
in
yeah,
this
by the way,
path,
my name's Lixin. I probably
Yeah.
should have said that.
the sun is beginning to rise over the realm of Renovamen as it is decently early, early morning. The sun is beginning to rise, and you can hear, some goings-ons in the town up ahead. You can't really see anything, but you can hear it from this distance away.
All right. Now I'm gonna be honest with you. We're still on the route to the forest.
Dave kind of like makes
isn't exactly the best for you.
Dave kind of leans in again. Okay, Tempest, I'm gonna let you in a little secret here. I used to be from there. I left because they fucking murder anyone who isn't of elvish descent. Your cat, good as dead. This person, good as dead if they step into the wrong place in dens of
Is
forests.
it Elvish specifically? Because I have friends in the Feywild that might want to say
You
hello.
have to be elvish.
Ugh.
If
Okay,
you
but they kill animals.
no,
So if they think Sith's normal, it's fine.
Meow.
I mean, if Sith spoke, they'd fucking stab that. But
So
yeah,
Sith just doesn't speak. Sith is
we
Sith
sure
is smart.
are we sure we can keep
Can I hear
Sith's
this
mouth shut?
conversation?
Yeah, Dave is like mostly stage whispering this. He's not very good at concealing his
I
his whisper.
can hear you. If it really is, that big of a deal, I guess you could. They'll take me in as a quote-unquote prisoner.
Dave points to the caved in exit they just came out of. We don't really have much of a choice.
I'm really good at acting.
I'm going to have to take. I mean, you did just persuade them to drop me and leave, though I was fearing for my life the entire time.
I'm kind of like a bard. It's kind of my thing. I got this.
I
Thought the plan is to
will
use
just
the
have to
safe
trust you with that one.
Sith
That-
just doesn't talk. Pretend it's a prisoner. You're elvish descendant somewhere.
Also,
Well,
yes,
we're good.
I'm sorry. Can we go back to that? Your cat can talk.
yeah,
What,
this
and
is
yours
a
can't?
No.
what?
Imagine not knowing a talking cat.
Imagine.
Sith is the only talking cat I know.
And Sith is the best cat ever.
I mean, yeah, fair, but okay. First off, before we even get into the dens of forests, we should really stop at Denza Point because we don't have a cart. I'm fucking tired. We just ran through that cave. People are probably gonna be pissed at us.
We could do with a rest.
We just caved in one of the most important caves, might I add. Okay.
How do you think they get to us then?
What?
Like, you know, Lepori and Orlo.
Maybe they crossed the cave before we got here. I mean, there was a decent amount.
Like, Lepori not stealing from a cave.
I mean, there were missing crystals. We never know.
Yeah, fair. I mean, they'd most likely look for us there anyway, so.
Yeah, but probably they wouldn't have found us because the blizzard was raging pretty hard when we got. We took like what, an hour to get there. I'm sure Lepori could have crossed 90 feet easily to get across the cave. You do realize what we did just cave in though, right?
Okay.
The crystal cave of
I don't know. I was
Renovamen.
more
No,
focused
not
on
ringing
keeping
any.
you alive.
I keep forgetting you all are foreigners. That cave contained several crystals that are used to create arcane foci for mages and spell students. It's kind of a rite of passage for them to, you know, go in there and. They said you
Oh,
were a
that's-
sorcerer, right? Kind of turning to Lixon.
Yes, I come from a long line.
That's
so-
right.
Yeah,
I
you
thought that
wouldn't-
You were a sorcerer.
You wouldn't have had to do that. Most real wizards, you know, kind of have to do that to get an arcane foci.
Right, thank you.
There's several.
Dave.
Well, I'm sorry, but I had to train to learn my magic. They were
Dave.
Dave, do I need to bring up the fact that I
We
have a
do
friend
not
who gave
be-
me magic?
Prejudice against people further.
I'm not being prejudiced. I'm just
Ew.
jealous.
Can I throw whack Dave with my tail?
Roll to hit him.
Hang on. Here we go. That's a 7. Goddamn.
You kind of
He
like
just
Supposed to
ducks.
be like a
He
light-
just ducks.
Light one.
he just kind of like takes a step forward as you try to hit him with this and turns around to kind of continue his speech. You know, first off, I mean, just to kind of tell you how screwed we are, we really should kind of need to remind you of the dead body over there, and also the fact we just caved in a very historical place.
We'll just blame it on
Hospital.
Lepori.
We cannot blame it
No,
on
no, no, no,
Lepori.
no, 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 no,
We'll
no.
blame it on Snuffles.
No. Tempest.
Yeah.
Kendra did this.
Who is
Kendra did
Kendra?
No, Kendra did it.
The mayor of
Kendra.
Konsu, ex-mayor, because they
Ex-
actually found her body a little while ago. I don't know if that's important to you
Never
all.
tell anybody you ever found that.
No, like it's major news. It's kind of.
Fake news.
Did you guys read the
Fake news.
paper at Fritzuen's at all?
What paper? You think we get a paper?
I went around in the morning and I went back to sleep after I got the paper from a traveling
you
salesman.
Didn't tell us?
No, because I figured you. Foreigners.
We're
God damn it.
foreigners!
Okay, he kind of
Okay, well,
reaches.
I'm a foreigner. I
He
think
he reaches into his pockets, which you notice are very large, and he unfolds this paper, kind of shoves it toward you. Its big headline is "Body of Consuenian Mayor Found Dead. Not Haragon. H-Rag
Haragon.
suspected." And you notice there's photos of a crime scene right by a river, and reading a little more in.
Zombie. Out of game question. Does the newspaper mention the suspiciously high level fish in the area now?
The-
for killing Kendra?
It doesn't quite list that. You notice looking further in, it mentions a lot of things about the autopsy report of Kendra. It mentions lots of things about how it wasn't just the fish. The fish got to her before she died, but it mainly mentions the fucking cut off leg that was cut off very precisely by a blade before her death. and it also mentions several magical attacks that hit her, and it mainly suspects foul play in Kendra's death. And
She
it
didn't
says,
exactly play the most fair.
and it
Is
states,
anybody left alive that cares about her?
Probably console.
clearly the Consuenian community does, because you notice another minor headline, Consuenian population outraged. This is just on the front page, and it mentions a lot of things, something that the Dragonborn priest mentioned a while ago about attacks on Flumen from Consuo, and how Consuo is just a shit show. No ships are coming into Consuo. Some of them are coming into Flumen. Some people are making the trip to Terratona. There's even an unfortunate story about a ship crashing into the Inhumani swamps, and the crew has not been found yet. But Consuo is a horrible place to be right now. Even though it looks like this paper was written unbiasedly, they're fucking mad about the shit going on in Consuo. They're talking burning, destruction, killing. They paint Consuo in a pretty bad light. Dave,
Sounds like a problem.
I didn't do it.
Dave, after folding this, he kind of puts it in his pocket. I'm not even gonna ask you about this headline. Look, point is, historical monument destroyed, dead body. If we'd like to keep our new title as Heroes of Renovamen, I suggest we move on to the nearest town, which would be Denza.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
He kind of like leads the way. He's like, I know, like, come on. And he motions for all three of you to come on. And then he turns to Lixa and he just kind of says, I'm going to be honest. I would say you're welcome to come along, but I feel like you kind of have no other choice.
Yeah,
Should we-
You're
I can't
also
exactly
welcome
just-
to join us. I mean, I
I-
promise
I-
it's not a bad thing. We'll do our best to make sure nothing happens to you.
I can't exactly go home, but if you do eventually return me home, I can assure you there's probably a nice reward in it for you.
I mean, we
See,
could.
we're not in it for the reward. Lepori would be. I'm in it for you to be safe and to end racism.
You know what?
Hefty goal, but whatever.
I like you. I think we would get along well. Sure, I would love to accompany you on your journeys.
Should we provide this one some kind of disguise or?
Oh,
anything?
God.
Like,
Um,
just pretend I'm your prisoner.
I mean, I've got a disguise kit.
I mean,
do
if you
think-
need to, you
Kinda
can
hard
tie
to-
my hands behind my back again. and
Kind of
just-
hard to disguise a snout, not gonna lie.
I mean,
Yeah,
yeah,
I
but we
just-
could potentially make him look less like
my
like,
snout
like
is very tiny,
Opal.
thank you.
Still, it's a snout on your
Okay,
face.
but we could make him look less like a noble.
Yeah, okay. Well, I mean, yeah,
We could,
alright.
we could rough him up.
You know,
Crack
I've got,
little
like, some
fucking
hair dye.
beanpoles.
I will freeze you to death.
Okay,
Told you,
let's
I promise.
look. Okay, Denza
Try
Point.
me, Salsa.
He's. Are you guys like walking along with Dave at this point, kind of walking and talking?
yeah.
Yeah.
Dave is kind of like
Mhm.
explaining a bit about Denza Point. Denza Point's not really an actual town of Denza. The town of Denza is just kind of, hidden away in the forests. You can't actually see it on any map, as a lot of people don't realize it exists. But Denza Point's more a rest stop for researchers. The Denza forests are very big in the scientific community. Lots of scholars and scientists here. They enjoy studying the creatures that come out of it. They interview elves going in and out a lot of the times. The elves usually kill anybody who interviews them while taking in a prisoner. So
Delightful.
yeah, it's not delightful, but I can see what you mean.
I was being sarcastic.
I already said I know. Denza Point should be fine. I'm sure those elves went straight back into the forest. They don't like to be out longer than needed be.
Hopefully they did. Either way, as far as anybody outside of this group needs to know, you're our prisoner.
I mean, yeah, we are two
Let's
elves
just-
and a
let's
cat.
just-
and-
yep.
It'll be fine. I'm not racist, at least, so we can count on that. Dave doesn't sound too confident saying this, as everybody, you begin to walk.
What do you mean, Dave doesn't sound confident?
Not too confident on the we'll get past this, or not too confident on the I'm not racist.
We'll get past this, is what he's not confident on. He's
He's
more confident that he's not racist. He knows that.
I
Um,
was so ready to kill Dave.
He he Dave leading the charge as he kind of just like he kind of as he goes by Sullivan just kind of flips him back over to where the pool of blood originally formed, and he just kind of walks with you all leading the charge as you walk about another 50 feet and you're tired, your legs hurt, but you make it to the wonderful town of Denza Point. Denza Point is a pretty sparse town. You notice it at least has houses, similar to a lot of other towns you found, but it's mainly you mainly notice the main thing you notice as you come in is this large big building that stands out from the rest. While a lot of the other houses and stores are made of wood, there's a huge stone building with a metal antenna sticking out of the top of it, almost seeming like a Tesla as lightning arcs between the two of it. And all the other buildings look rather generic, nothing crazy, almost as if they were thrown up in a couple of days. And a lot of the houses are just little shacks that are around. You can hear various sounds of welding and various sounds of construction being done, papers being flipped, while that sound is a little more faint than one might suspect. The town of Denza Point seems to be flourishing rather well as people go about their everyday business within the town. You all stand just about at the entrance. The closest building to you would be the artifact store, which is very close to where one might walk into the town. But the rest is up to you of where you want to go.
And nobody's looking at us suspiciously.
You actually don't see many people outside.
Okay.
I still think for our own safety and to keep this facade up that we do kind of need to rough this one up a bit. Having a pristine condition prisoner doesn't exactly scream convincing.
Wait, you want what? Wait,
I'm just
did you
saying,
say
if we
wrap
have a
this up or rough this up?
rough this up.
Oh, you want us to beat up our new
hold
friend?
on, hold on.
I wouldn't say we don't have to beat them
No,
up.
no,
per
no,
se.
no,
We
no.
just need to make it look
Guys.
like they were beaten.
Dave is like kind of trying to get your guys. There's no elves here. Trust me. I've been here a couple times. No elves stick
Okay.
around very long.
I'll put this plan on pause.
Do they not like elves here?
No, it's just the elves don't like them.
So would it be a good idea or a bad idea to have my ears out?
I mean, as long as you don't be mean or racist, I think you'll be fine.
Okay, cool.
You're probably
How
gonna
do
want
they
to.
take to
I'm gonna put my ears away
beating
anyway.
Oh, you're gonna probably want to have your ears out if we go into the forest,
Yeah,
because that would be a nightmare to get through. Trust me.
yeah.
I've shot a good few people in the leg in my time, but that's
I
not
just
the point.
I just realized that I did not select all of my spell slots for my character. Hang on.
Go on,
I gotta
go on.
fix that on my
Med-
PDF.
We're not
magical.
we're not in combat. Don't worry.
I know.
We can use spells out of combat.
Well, yes, but
I will open a door with Eldritch Blast. Watch
You
me.
might-
Zombie coming.
Wait, are we trying to? Wait, what are we doing? Wait, what?
you all have a couple of buildings in front of you to the left that look like public buildings that one might go into, and on the right are several small little shacks seemingly thrown up in a couple of days.
I think we should go secure ourselves a room.
Yeah, probably.
Where are you headed to do that?
Heaven bound.
You all tavern bound then?
Tavern, inn, I don't know.
You all make
Yes.
your what?
It's almost like the map didn't get sent in the maps channel.
Oh,
To twitch.tv/zombie the duck.
oopsie! Forgore
It's almost
about
like
that.
Some of us
Forgore about
can't
that.
do too many things on their laptop.
Oopsie daisy, whoopsie poopsie. Let me get that bad bitch up. Sorry I said
Yeah,
those words.
talking
I'd like to
about
I'd like to
I
make
don't
an
know where we
apology.
are.
Let me get this bad bitch up. Zombie the Doug 2023.
There is Denza Point.
you.
That is what Denza Point looks like.
Ooh. Artifact store.
The large building is the
Sorry.
one. The large building is the one I mentioned that has the antenna on top of it and looks very different. But you all make your way towards the tavern and enter inside, and you notice it's kind of bland, lacking decor, and you notice a familiar face at the counter. The tavern is 2 stories. It is not the captain, no. You notice the tavern is 2
Kendra?
stories. There's a bar down at the
How
bottom.
is it not the captain? I can't believe you've done this to me.
He works in Flumen. There's a bar right in front of you, with several little seats, and there's tables off to the side. It looks as if someone looked at a tavern, kind of like got a really good mental image of it, and just threw that shit down like a
who do
copy
we
paste.
recognize?
You recognize someone arguing with the barkeep with a certain
Fucking
other dragonborn that you do recognize. That's not
here
the
we
captain
go.
right next to it. And Sorsen's like, What do you mean you can't give us a room? I'm sorry, but last I checked, you people were the less racist ones. The person behind the counter is a human, and they just kind of go, listen, I'm sorry, there's an elvish couple up there. Elvish couple, my ass! I'll shove a stick up your ass where the sun don't shine if you give us a fucking room. But you're gonna piss off the elves up there. I don't.
Can we go
cause
over to
commotion.
this scene? Just kind of.
No, I'm just kind of gonna
Neptune.
awkwardly cough and interrupt it.
How loudly are you doing this cough? Because
Pretty
Sorsen,
loudly.
the
I'm doing it on
Sorsen,
purpose.
Sorsen is like yelling at this person. They're pissed.
I'm gonna do it anyway.
Can you mimic this coughing sound?
No, I can't because I tried and it
Okay.
didn't pick it up.
You give a little as Sorsen turns to you and just goes, in a minute. I'm in the middle of getting ourselves a room. Listen, fucker.
Look. I know we're enemies. I could probably help.
It's more fun if I leave this for later with you. I'm going to cone of cold this entire tavern if you don't give us a room. I'm willing to. I'm not even like holding you up at a spell point or anything. I just want a fucking room. I want to pay
Can you
for it.
please
Holding
just
them up at
why
ten
aren't you
seconds.
giving him a Why aren't you giving him a room?
The human barkeep kind of just looks at you. There's an elvish couple upstairs, and if they see his friend here notioning to Shiro, who's standing to the left of Sorsen, they are not gonna react well.
Uh-huh.
And judging by the way this man is armed, I'd rather not have to clean up the blood. You notice as Shiro, as he says this, notioning to Shiro kind of like chuckles, not making any sound of a laugh, but you notice his body kind of bobs as if someone was chuckling. And the barkeep just kind of like looks at him and she's like, okay, yeah, I definitely don't want to have to clean up that blood. Sorsen is just angrily staring this man down, and you notice he's kind of like adjusting his amulet a little bit with the
Okay, so what if I went and talked to this couple?
he kind of looks you up and down. Ma'am, listen, human to nice hair dye, by
I'm
the way.
I'm putting my ear back out.
Oh, I mean, can you do it without making any bloody scene?
Oh, I'm not for blood.
You can convince him to stop being racist in the matter of a couple minutes for me to get these gentlemen up to their
Cool.
room.
Watch me.
Okay.
Which room are they in?
105 at the end of the
Thank you.
hall.
Anybody coming with or no?
Hey,
I
would-
fear if I go with it, probably not. Be a
I
good
No,
idea.
probably not a good idea for some of you. Steph,
no.
you coming?
Right.
no, I would
Oh,
like to.
fine,
I'd like
fine,
to see
fine,
this
fine.
happen. Shiro, come along. I gotta see this go down.
All right, you know what? Why not? Let's go.
I guess I'm coming. I'm sure if the other one's going, I'm going with.
We're doing it.
Lixon, you do not
Oh,
know
yeah.
any of their names. Just to
I know. That's why I stopped myself. I was
Yeah,
like, if that
yeah,
one's
okay.
going, then I'm going to.
you
Oh,
you
wait,
actually
wait. What are their names?
uh, d-
The
Um,
elvish couple.
The elvish. You should just be able to bang on the door. I mean, I don't see why you need their names.
Because it's the polite thing to do.
Well, it's not.
Tempest, is it that polite
I-
to
I don't-
know their names?
They've been staying here for about a month.
Yeah,
I
fine,
don't.
whatever. Let's go
I don't remember their names.
to the door.
You all make your way up the stairs as you make your way toward this the room on the very end. Sorsen's kind of like just standing right beside you, just kind of like watching to see what you're gonna do. He hasn't you don't notice anything about him, at least from a glance, that would suggest he's suspicious of you in any way.
I'd hope not. I'm not trying to be suspicious.
And you come down to the door at the end of the hallway. There are 5 rooms, and the door at the end of the hallway is the only one you can hear anything inside of. And it just sounds like 2 people talking. You can't hear very much behind the door, but you hear something going on inside.
Cool, I'm knocking.
Knock, knock, knock. You see this elvish man come to the door, and open it. He's fucking built, and immediately, as soon as he sees the 2 dragonborns in front of you, he slams the door.
Well, no blood was caused.
Next
Seems
to
to be
you.
fine.
All right, can the dragonborn step to the side, just for a bit?
Shiro nods and kind of just like steps behind Lixen and kind of just like puts a hand on their shoulder and kind of like tugs them a little to move back. Not in a threatening way, just kind of like, come on. Do you follow Lixen?
Oh yeah, I'll. Sorry, I was spacing the fuck out. Yes, I follow.
Shiro in his leather samurai armor brings you over, and Tempest, you knock on the door again.
Yep.
Sorsen is the only one remaining next to you, so he just kind of like rubs his hand together like, ooh, this'll be fun. As you go to knock on the door again, the door swings open. This man you just saw once before is holding a hand crossbow. He's like, where the fuck are they?
All right, why don't you put that down?
Where the fuck are they?
Do I look like a dragonborn? Put it down.
He kind of looks down the hallway and sees the 2 that are at the end of the hallway, and he immediately points it at both of you, and it's just like, get the fuck out of here right now. He is seething with anger, and the elvish woman inside's like, oh honey, please, there's no need to cause a fuss. They'll just kill themselves anyway. That's all they're good for.
All right. Lixen's going to pull out his dagger.
No.
Well, that's a cute little weapon you got there. Oh.
You're gonna put your fucking weapons down. Everybody is.
Dave is also standing right by there, and Dave's just like, nope. He just fucking rears his fist back, and he takes a swing at this man's head. This man walked out into the hallway to point the crossbow at him. He takes a swing in his head, and he punks this guy in the head. He slams his head against the wall. He goes, fuck! Ow, dude! What is your And he immediately looks at Dave, and he's like, what the fuck are you doing? There's 2 disgusting abominations of life right over there. Why are you punching me? Dave just kind of responds with, fuck you, man. You're just sad. I'm gonna punch you again. That felt really good. And he takes another swing at this guy's face, and this guy who's not expecting it is just, fuck. And now he's pointing the crossbow directly at Dave's head. Dave is just kind of like, he's trying to hide that he's freaking out. He's like, what if I put this bolt in your head, huh? Huh? If I did that? Dave is just like, and he just kind of comes to this like emotional state of just, I don't give a fuck. He doesn't say anything. He just stands there, and he just waits for something to happen.
I can be something that happens. Let me just check my sheet.
I was gonna
real
say, can I
quick.
just? I mean, I had an idea.
I gonna go between Dave and this other fella. Pulling up this. Where is it? There it is.
Okay.
Make the 2. Actually, everyone from that point centered within a 10-foot cube. Make a wisdom save.
Um,
That's all of
Lixon,
us, isn't it?
Lixon, no. You've moved.
Oh,
You've
okay.
moved back toward like the second room. You've got enough space.
I'm with this other dragonborn. We're just chilling.
Yeah, you guys are just chilling.
Yeah, we're chilling.
Oh,
So I
right.
guess it's what? Tempest, Dave.
Catching up on dragon.
Dave needs a wisdom save. Yeah, hold on.
What about the other S one?
Oh, and Sorsen, yeah. I
Oh,
suppose.
Sorsen.
What are
Send.
we doing? Wait, what?
You need a wisdom
make-
save.
Make a wisdom save, Sonny.
Sorry, something else
You did.
happened.
You did.
Dave got a 9. Sorsen got a 21.
Fucking hell!
What did male elf with
Oh.
the crossbow get?
I just accidentally rolled a 200.
I got a nat 20.
Nice, Sonny.
I just rolled a 230. I don't think that's a real. He got a nat 1.
Okay, fantastic. So Dave and elf with crossbow. Let's say Dave gets charmed by me, or the guy gets afraid of me as I hit them with fey presence.
Luckily for you, not only is he now magically feared of you, as soon as he sees you, he's like, and he immediately books it back into the room, slams the door, and you could hear several locks begin to click. And just from inside, honey, what's wrong? There's a fucking cat outside. It looks weird as shit. Honey, I'm sure it can't be that bad.
Fucking cat.
I'm sure it can't be that weird. Nah, it's a weird fucking cat. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing. We're just gonna leave him alone. Just gonna leave him. It's fine. Dragonborn's. It's fine. The sound fades as whoever this is steps further into the room and runs. God damn it, you supposed to give. Runs further into the room to where they can't be heard. And it seems you solved the issue. Sorsen's like clapping like, oh, that was rather delightful. I'm surprised you managed to get that kind of reaction out of him with a cat.
Lixon's just very slowly.
It's a very
pulling the
good
daggers
cat.
away.
I do have to ask. I listen. I know we're kind of no hard feelings right now, so I'll give you this one. Have you seen Sullivan anywhere? I figured he'd meet us back at Denza Point if, you know.
He jumped off the mountain at some point.
What?
He jumped off the mountain, you know? He spun a thing and then jumped.
Well, yeah, that's his escape suit. I would have figured he'd turn the thing and it
Okay,
sprouts a
Tempest.
wingsuit.
I just know that happened.
Tempest, let us tell the truth. We found this group of elves carrying this new dragonborn.
Tends to happen,
Fred
yes.
above here.
Should have told me. I could have got the Renovamen. I mean,
Not far from this group of elves, we found Sullivan in the snow, no longer of the living.
roll deception at disadvantage because he wasn't in the... No, just roll regular deception.
18.
18. Sorsen is slightly convinced by this and goes, right, in the snow.
It was
What?
towards the tail end of the large cave. I might be getting my whole
You
thing mixed up.
exited
We had
the
a
crystal cave and there was snow on a distinctly grassy...
there was. It was some kind of material. It seemed to be trying to be covered up by something.
Lixon just holds a hand. The-
You're holding Shiro's hand?
no, Lixon's holding.
I was like...
I mean, if Shiro was holding, no, Lixon holds Lixon's hand like to their face. Just oh god.
Like covering their mouth? Or like just
no,
as a
just
face palm?
like a face palm.
Okay.
Yeah, like,
Sorsen...
It seemed these elves used something to try to cover the body up.
Sorsen's like... I'm gonna have you roll deception again. To see if you're convincing them.
23.
23. You notice as Sorsen is now actually genuinely upset. He's like, is he alive?
No. And Sith is gonna somewhat begrudgingly go into his little bag and pull out the bag of emergency fund and kind of hold it up to Sauce and be like, this is we checked it out, this is what we found of him.
Sorson's face goes from immediate sadness to anger as there's a window to the left of him. He immediately, with a very angry look on his face, just asks you, "You said the elves did this?"
I can't say for sure, but they were the only people we saw within
He-
proximity of
He
Sullivan.
he kind of like fixes himself. He's like, "Great!" And he punches the fuck out of a window that's right there. "Shiro, we have some elves to slaughter." And just kind of hops out the window and land. It was 2 stories up. He lands gracefully, almost as if his robe kind of carried him down. Shiro begrudgingly just he like shakes his head a little, and he kind of turns toward you. And before he jumps out of the window, he signs to Tempest, Did they actually kill him?
Oof.
Oh,
Are you pulling a prank? Trying to make him mad?
He's dead.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you kill?
I didn't.
He kind of looks toward Sith and the new Dragonborn. Did one of them?
Oh, wow. Oh. Crying in the club.
Shiro speaks through sign language, right?
Yeah, he cannot speak.
I was
Okay.
occupied saving this one.
Saving. Wait. Save like Sith?
No, listen.
oh.
Listen.
Oh,
Listen
saving.
just does a little wave.
He kind of looks toward Lixen and then to Sith, and he kind of kneels down and motions to Sith. Do not let him know. You're fucked if you do. And he stands up and jumps out the same window that Sorsen just did. And you can notice, looking out the window, he just kind of accompanies a very angry Sorsen who's just stomping into the fields. And you can hear a conversation from outside as Sorsen turns to him. He's fucking dead. Why weren't you there? Why didn't we catch up earlier? Shiro shows no emotion to this, and he's like, "You can't fucking speak a word to me when one of our colleagues is dead. You haven't spoken a fucking word." He's shouting this, by the way, like you can hear it from there. "You haven't spoken a fucking word to me since you were hired, and one of our comrades is dead, and you speak nothing to me?" Shiro again maintains the disposition. You're lucky I gave you
I
that.
wouldn't look out the window.
He doesn't.
Like,
Sorsen doesn't notice you doing this. I am not superior sorcerer to have my colleagues be killed and brutalized by a bunch of racist bastards in a stupid forest. I'm gonna burn that forest to the ground, and if you don't say a goddamn word to stop me, I'm gonna go do it. I'm gonna... Fuck! He turns and immediately, adjusts his amulet. "I think it's finally time I use this silly thing again. You know, ooh, does that scare you? Oh, you're gonna get scared if I go use this on someone?" Shiro's, wiping his brow, but he's again maintaining this disposition. Fuck you! I'm just... He throws his hands up in anger and just continues to walk toward the forest. Shiro looks back to the window to see all of you, watching him, and he just kind of goes... He just kind of, looks toward you and looks back toward Sorsen, and then walks to go accompany Sorsen into the forest, and they soon disappear within the tree line.
laughs a little bit, just under their breath.
out of character. I feel fucking
just giggles a
terrible
little
now. I'm so bad.
Dave is
We're
just
killing racist.
Dave is just like, fuck that. do any of you care about that guy?
I've only just met any of them.
On a human
I
level,
care
no.
about Shiro.
He's
Seems nice.
they're not gonna last very long.
Look, Shiro will probably be fine.
Mm,
Look,
I
I'm
don't.
gonna give me my positive thinking, and I'm gonna have that positive thinking, and you're gonna shut up.
Tempest, who
No.
wins in a fight? Two
No,
people.
no.
There's over
Should we
3,000.
stop them? Should we?
All we can hope is Shiro, whatever his name is, can calm him down before he does anything rash. Even stepping into the forest is a dumb idea, but clearly Shiro has some sense in his combat abilities.
Fuck, this is the one time I wish I had message. I should have picked it. Fuck.
I literally have it.
Oh well.
Why don't we should just explore Denza Point, rest. We can worry about them later. And haven't they been trying to kill you the entire time, Tempest?
Yeah. Well, not when we first got here, but like most of the time we've been here.
Great. So if they die in there, who cares?
If they kill racists, woo!
They're not racist, though.
Okay, well,
There's two of them and 3,000 Denza Forest elves who scour the forests almost every day.
I feel like we might want to stop them.
do we really want to get involved in that though?
I just showed up
Okay,
here. I
okay.
don't know what we're doing.
They have a good few hours before they even get close to reaching the actual... Okay, if you don't know where the forest goes...
I'll be right back. I have to go make a s'more.
Okay. If you don't know where the forest goes, the forest takes you as it pleases.
You know, I'm suddenly like very. I know I didn't exactly have anywhere else to go after you all rescued me, but I'm definitely regretting my decisions at this point.
What do you mean?
Well, you are walking me into a forest full of people who hate me.
I
so-
know where the forest goes. You'll be fine if you have me. Again, hi. I lived there.
Right. We can always leave you here if we need to.
What?
So you know those two? Like what? I'm so confused what your relationship is with them.
We have
personally, I
history
don't-
with them.
I don't have much history with them. I just know they've been trying to kill the people who have employed me over the past little while. I mean, that's
They're
all.
not trying to kill you. You were just being friends with them. You were just being friendly with them.
Well,
They are some of the least threatening, harmful people.
yeah.
I'm
we can
so
take them.
confused.
The
I'm so
Sorcerer
confused.
One has said several times that he likes to have fun with this. I think he's just in it for kicks.
Sultan
you-
has a strange code you can play
the
to.
one that you killed when you rescued me, that was their friend.
Yeah, I don't know much about that guy, but he I guess they were I don't know. I know everything that they know, you know.
Sullivan shot Tempest, that was reason enough.
Lepori, you know. Lepori, Sith, Tempest. I don't know where Arillo is, or Lepori, actually. Should we be concerned about that?
I'm
Sith?
sure Lepori and Erla will make that way back to us.
I mean, we
We
did...
had an agreed upon... Oh my.
Fuck was that?
Jesus Christ! What was that? God's.
Speaking of Lepori...
Uh,
come on.
You-
Lepori, come on, stop hiding. We have a friend
What
now.
is that
Dave,
sound?
Dave kind of
No.
goes and... Dave kind of
Lepori.
goes and...
God's Almighty.
Open, and he kind of like knocks on the door that you were just in. Lepori, are you in there robbing them?
No, I would never.
Are you in that room, Lepori? Or...
No, I'm behind him.
Oh,
I just
oh.
like jump. behind him.
Oh, well, good. Good to have you here.
G'day.
Where have you been?
Hi.
Yeah, my-
There was a snake called me a bitch, and so I had to like settle a debt. Well,
You
kind of, I
ran to
called it a
go
bitch.
take care of that in the middle of a blizzard.
There's a blizzard.
There
There
was.
was a blizzard.
And then you disappeared after you stole Sullivan's gun. Sullivan's dead, by the way. I don't know if that's any meaning to you.
Oh. Why? What happened?
The cat decided to Eldritch
someone
Blast
shot
its
him
head.
with an Eldritch Blast.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh.
We're
I
still
go
trying
over
to
to
find out who.
I just like go over to look down from above. Get real close. Fucking fantastic job, mate.
Sid's gonna hold up his little paw for like a high five.
I give a little high five.
Paw
There
to
we
paw
go.
high five.
This is exhausting already. This is.
Who's this one?
Oh, we
This one
they got kidnapped
is ungrateful.
by racists.
Huh?
I am not ungrateful.
What?
My name is Lixon. I'm from Draconest. My father is the leader there.
Behind
Behind
behind Lixon, Dave is kind of like pointing out the town of Draconest to Lepori on a map, like standing behind Lixon.
Yeah, I know where it is. I
Okay,
stole one of the
okay.
scimitars from someone there.
What?
No, fuck, that's a different place. Anyway, yeah, g'day. I'm Lepori. I don't do any of this like heritage shit because I'm just Lepori Swiftfoot. That's my name. If you tell anyone about my name, most likely that's the end of it. But
Real quick, Lepori, as you
Right.
say that, you hear from downstairs, you hear a loud calling up the stairs. Excuse me, is there Lepori Swiftfoot staying here? I kind of need to talk to them. This is
Yeah.
official HRAG business. Discussing your ranking. Wouldn't mind?
Carrying on stuff, Lepori. I'd get down there.
a fucking what ranking?
Are you saying this loud enough to like you're down a
No,
hallway?
I'm pointing at Sith when really close, like bent up, using message. And what is it?
To me,
We're here to
Uh,
discuss your 11th place ranking. You claimed it a while ago. I'm just gonna come up the stairs. You hear
I'm gonna hide.
you're gonna hide.
Sneak.
Roll stealth.
A 23.
You manage to hide behind some of the people standing there as this Haragon woman comes up the stairs and is like, excuse me, do any of you know a Lepori Swiftfoot? This Haragon woman is wearing a very nice suit and tie, something you'd wear to a business meeting. They are not wearing any shoes nor hood, and they look very official, wearing holding a little briefcase in front of them, and they're asking, the current standing party. I'm here.
back.
Hi. There is a Haragon woman asking you something. God damn it! I'm being yelled for. I'll be right back. You guys have fun.
so basically, Tempest, there is a Harangon woman before us asking for a Lepori Swiftfoot. Do you know a Lepori Swiftfoot? Because I don't think I do.
There may or may not be a rabbit hiding behind us.
I love my fucking rabbit, you know?
Which one?
Both.
Both rabbits.
So yeah, so we have this Dragonborn now.
Crazy.
Little posh guy.
Can we... this is all a message, but what the? So, what did you say about he was captured and what?
Okay,
I
yes.
skipped over that.
So this Lixen here was being captured by elves. Tempest freed them. They're tagging along with us now. We're going to see them through to Dense Point. We most likely will lose them in Denser Forest, but that's par for the course.
All right. So, what about?
Their nobility, you'll be happy to know. Probably wealthy.
Yeah, Lepori goes silent during that. After that. Anyway, what happened while I was gone? I just remember having to go fight a snake.
There was a cave. It exploded.
Oh?
Sullivan's dead now.
Oh.
Sorson and Shiro on a warpath.
Oh, really?
Not against us.
We pinned it
Yeah.
on the elves that had captured this new person.
Oh, fan-fucking-tastic job, mate.
It's been interesting in your
I see
absence.
my existence has rubbed up on you a bit.
Yes, a little, I must say.
Yeah. It's much
we,
easier not have to face problems.
Apparently that cave we explored was like some landmark of
Really cool
Renovamen.
thing.
It's fine.
was like-
Landmarks are bogged down in tradition. Who gives a shit?
It was like a cave full of magic crystals. Tempest might have set one off by accident and set the
You
chain
set it
reaction.
off.
I don't know what you mean. Rolling
Grab
deception.
one of
here.
the purple
Right,
ones.
that was
cracked,
like
and then everything
two.
went
No,
to
it was
shit.
totally me. It was
I
totally my
threw
fault.
up because of you.
Huh? That...
Oh,
How did they get to there?
there were these rare, like purple necromancy crystals. I wanted to try grab one. Thought it might be useful with dealing with the whole mortiferum.
You're the
deal.
reason why that whole cave collapsed.
This is a message. You don't exist here. Shush.
Tempest is talking.
I have message. I'm totally interjecting.
We're just all pointing to each other.
This is in our group chat.
Lixie is just looking at her like, what the hell is happening?
So yes, there's these purple necromantic crystals. When trying to secure it, it might have broke. Did not release the most pleasant odor in the world. Tempest
I
made it
have
fair
a
enough.
fever. I threw up. Sue me.
Don't worry, we're fine now. I found this this other crystal that's now attached to my collar.
Oh.
I didn't attach it to my collar. I'm a little
Oh, what?
disturbed.
Oh.
But when we next get a chance to sit down and rest, I'm going to investigate it.
Yeah, that's a really good idea. Have you guys done the test with a new one yet?
Oh, no, not yet.
All right.
not
I'm gonna
quite.
point. Like, so you just see the Hori just out of the corner of your eye, just point to you, and in your head go.
See, all three of us turn to look at you.
You just get pointed. It's like,
Lixen's like, what?
guy, how do you feel about murder, villainy, and stealing?
What?
How do you feel about murder, villainy,
I
and
heard,
stealing?
I knew what you said the first time. I don't exactly do any of those things.
I look at Sif and Tempest.
Are they open to learn?
Are you open to learn? You hear in your head.
Aren't you supposed to be the heroes of Renovamen?
Fucking absolutely not.
That's what they call you.
I'm gonna be honest. We're just here for the bounty. Oh, I am. It's a big
Oh.
bounty.
Oh dear, I want to get home as soon as possible.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. I would tell you my secrets, but then if you leave, I'd probably have to kill you.
Or
Tell them we have no shortage of doing so.
We have no shortage of doing so, apparently.
or
Or
you could just we could just get this over with. You can take me home. There will be a nice reward for you in it for you if you just leave me alone.
wait, like point step. We're taking him home.
It seems to be the easier way to solve this.
Really?
Look, we get a reward out of it. Is
How
it
much
not
is the
enough for
reward?
you?
How much is the reward?
Ask Lixon.
Point to Lexington. How much is the reward?
How would I know? I've been stuck with these racist elves for months now. I do not know what the reward is, but I know that there will be one. My father will probably sorely want me. Well, no, I guess that's a lie. I did go off adventuring. But I haven't responded to any of his messages, so I guess that's probably... I don't know. I would just like to get home.
I'm gonna point to I fucking no idea.
What did they tell
Apparently-
you, Pori?
Apparently been on adventure for a while or something, and wants to get home. So I don't know if there is a reward.
Oh,
So
fascinating. This one left home and thinks that going home will somehow gain us some level of reward.
Yeah, apparently left and told was to go on adventuring or something like that. But yeah,
It doesn't
But
feel
also-
like returning them might be the most ludicrous venture. We thought.
maybe but also, who says that we're all together in a party? Who says that I don't, like, when we get to that place, go in through the back and do some little adventuring on my own while someone's talking to
see.
their family?
Lixen is nobility. We could use that to our advantage.
Exactly.
I hate it
Probably,
here.
they
We
probably
could,
live in a large house.
we could earn some favor through returning Lixen,
Yeah, and maybe
capitalize on
even
that, and then make our way out.
I just
well,
slapped
I mean, like,
pictures on the back of the head,
go steal some stuff from them, but sure, as well.
slapping you both on the back of the head.
I am behind some people hiding.
I'm doing
am
it
a-
anyway.
I'm a cat.
Lixen's just making the lights flicker in the hall that they're in.
Terrifying.
Lepori, this one knows where the light switch is.
Wow, holy shit. I wish I could do that.
No, we have this one under wraps.
Alright.
It may not be solved now, but we can get some mileage out of this one.
I guess so.
It might even be a permanent addition if they soften up.
Alright, I'll wait until we find out if they're going to be a permanent addition before stealing everything they own.
It sounds like a fair point, Lepori.
If I can stop myself.
And do try your best.
I'll try, okay.
Do your best to, steal yourself.
Good one. Oh, I should ask them one more thing.
Cut the introspection. I'm back.
We're not.
We're just
fucking
basically
role-playing.
we're just
We're
role
just
playing
role-playing.
of just we're pointing at each other doing message all the time.
We told Lix in our group chat.
They're not what?
In the group chat.
Because Tempest and Lepori both have message, so we were just like fucking group messaging.
It's just like, what is happening?
Anyhow, this Haragon woman stands in front of you, wearing a very formal suit and tie, suit pants, no shoes, but you brush that off. It's probably pretty normal for more beastly-esque races to not wear shoes, and holding a briefcase. And since Lepori is hidden behind the rest of the party, she just kind of asks, do any of you know Lepori Swiftfoot? I'm here on official HRAG business.
Can I
Stupid.
use silent image and make a Lepori silent image walk out from behind everyone and
Okay.
just like do a little bow?
Yeah.
Oh, I do believe that
The-
might be Lepori behind you.
Oh, wait. Wait.
No,
Okay, so-
behind from the party, so it's like
Okay.
next to the party.
This
where I
silent
went.
image comes out and bows towards this person. Ah, good. She kind of pulls out this picture and kind of takes a look at it. You're a little older now, but I guess we can't really get many pictures of you. Recently, you killed someone named Leardis Toppenbottom, also known as the Wretched, in the assassin realm. Is that correct?
I'm just gonna like say it out loud, but not but make the mouth of the silent image look like it's talking. Yeah, I did. I think I don't know their name.
That's fine. Usually you don't get names. Well, I'd like to congratulate you. You're not an official member of the organization, but you are now ranked the number 11th assassin on the entire island of Renovamen. Real, good, good, what's the word? Good trip. I can't think of the word. I'm sorry. Let me just get out your card. She opens this briefcase, which has lots of cards in them. You can't read many of the names, as they all seem to shift languages as you look away from them. But she picks one card that everybody can seemingly read, and it says Lepori Swiftfoot on it. And it has, name, age, birth. How old is Lepori, by the way, Panda?
27.
It also has a small little photo on it, and this photo is of you in your teenage years. Something you might have taken for a school photo if you ever went there. And she just kind of shuts her briefcase and she goes, I'm supposed to give, the whole HRAG, spiel, but here you go. She tries to hand the
Can I
card.
cast Mage Hand to invisibly use it as the hand, basically, of the silent image?
I'm gonna say roll sleight of hand because that's a pretty hard motion to copy.
That is a 22.
Perfect. You do cast Mage Hand to act as this. You know, you kind of look the card up and down. It seems pretty legit. It's got a little logo on it of two swords kind of clashing. Pretty basic, but whatever. Anyway, you're new to HRAG, so I'll announce it to you. We are part of the Haragon. God, I always forget the name of it. Haragon. HRAG. God, I'm sorry. I'm number 12 here, so. I'm rather, you know, hard to. I'm not taking your rank, by the way. I'm not here for that.
I don't know. There was a rank.
We're a part of the Haragon Renovamen Assassins Guild. We specialize in keeping our assassins competitive. You're not in the top 5 yet, so unfortunately I don't get to invite you back to our headquarters, but you are now officially ranked 11. I'm just here to warn you. The higher ranks tend to, they tend to like to assert dominance over, the lower ranks. You might have a couple attempts on your life. I personally am not here to do that in any way. I'm in more of a managerial position. I'm not gifted with the rank of number 1. I'm simply gifted with a manager position. I don't have to risk my life like you do. Like you do every day. Oh, by the way, don't be fooled by the name. We're not all just Haragons. It just happened that number 11 was one. By the way, I have to compliment you on the kill method. 3 cards in the back. I didn't even know cards could do that kind of damage. It's quite absurd seeing the body and then you let them get run over by a cart afterwards. It was frankly a move of genius. It didn't even look like a murder, but the cards kind of did give it away. So if you were trying to be sneaky, I wouldn't recommend the card method. Again,
Yeah, about that. How did you find me, and how did you know it was me?
Well, we have lots of witnesses, we actually pay people good money to, give us witness descriptions, and eventually we just kind of cross-referenced you with the Heroes of Renovamen stuff. You know, people talk about you a lot. I mean, albino Haragon isn't very hard to find when most Haragons, you know, don't really like to show their face around here. And then, you know, we've found your record in the Church of Renovamen. They like to keep records on everyone, you know. They've got oracalises for that. And, yeah, that was... And I just kind of followed you. By the way, you did kind of get through that cave pretty easily. I'm not going to lie that you probably didn't take any notice of it, but... Yeah, that's...
I didn't go through the cave. I went there and I had to go fight a snake.
Right. That's not the point. You're ranked number 11. Congratulations. Be wary of other assassins. I'm sure you understand thieves can't know. I mean, judging by your appearance. Great. You'll know whenever a town has a contract for you to pick up. Just give them your name and rank and be on the lookout for, you know, number 10. I can't remember who number 10 was. Some guy with an S name. And I'm sure we'll...
Hero?
No, I think it was more... Sullivan, I think.
Oh,
He was
that
on
guy's
contract.
dead. Did he have a gun?
Oh, I'm sorry, what?
Did he use guns?
Was he tall, stocky, brown hair, really smart, charming guy, darker skinned? Elf.
I'm stupid. I can't remember. Is that the description of Sullivan?
No.
Oh, okay, no.
Do you tell her that?
No, I don't think it was then. I don't know.
Oh, you must mean a different Sullivan then. Anyway, I'll be on my way.
He was called the Scrapper Supreme or some shit.
No clue who you're talking about. I'll be on my way. Thank you. We can get that picture changed whenever you'd like. Just kill number 10 and you'll probably see me again. She giggles as she just kind of turns around, puts her briefcase to her side, and walks out.
I want to see if is there a window in this floor.
There is a window
faces the front.
No. To your left are just lots of doors that go into the rooms of the tavern. Behind you, though, is a window that was broken by Sorsen.
I just kind of want to see if I can watch the door to see if they actually walk out the door.
you
they
look
just disappear.
you're looking out the window and you do get a good look, and you kind of watch the outside of the door and you don't see anybody leave.
Fucking knew it. I'm gonna check this card.
What are you checking it for?
I'm checking if the silly duo is this a plan from the silly duo.
You check the card. Roll insight for me.
Nat 20 for a 22.
This card is completely genuine and is not magically tampered with in any way. In fact, you do actually recognize every sort of thing of a business card that was created just for you. Has your rank on it of number 11, has your age, name,
Does
date
it
of
have any
birth.
tracking?
It does not.
Okay.
No magical energy can be sensed from this card.
Alright.
Yeah, that was an odd one.
Yeah, I've seen it
I've-
before.
Really gotten myself wrapped up in something, haven't I?
Oh, you haven't had the half of it, but I'm not going to share my secrets until I know if you're staying or not, because I, again, would have to kill you.
And you would have a whole army of dragonborns on against you.
If they find your body.
Dave kind of leans in and whispers to Lapori, they're like warlord rich, not like rich.
Okay,
It's
but
not
that's
that
if they
it's-
find the body.
Okay, well, there's no need to kill this one anyway.
I'm not going to kill them. That's why I'm not sharing my secrets, so I don't have to.
Dave just kind of gets up and lets this conversation go on. Anyhow, glad you're back. Anybody want to do anything else other than stand here and argue? We came here to get a room.
Indeed, I think getting a room should be a priority at this moment in time.
Was that Dave just talking? Was it someone
That
else?
was Dave, yeah.
Okay.
If you'd like, I could just go pay for them. I'm sure they're not that expensive. Actually, I'm pretty sure these rooms are 2 people each, so would we want to double up?
I imagine it's good to double up for efficiency.
I am afraid of doubling up at this point.
Hey, we're paying. You're not
As
getting
long
the
as you
room.
do not seat me with that one, it's points to Lapori. As long as you do not put me in a room with that one,
I'll-
I think we'll be fine.
I'll double
You'll
up with
win.
you. I think the cat can stay in whatever room Tempest stays in.
Tempest, you want to bunk up?
No,
Ah, why?
you can
How
figure
how about
something out. Go sleep outside.
How about Lapori and Dave sit
Yeah.
together? Tempest, I, and Lixon.
Lapori and Dave. They've slept
can
together
share them.
before.
It's true, we have.
I'm sorry.
No, we...
Get your head out
In
of the
car.
gutter.
Do you remember?
I
In the car,
apologize.
In the cart in the camp, we slept in the same bed.
Oh.
Well, bed quotation marks. We slept
Yeah,
in the
how'd
wagon
you
together.
get here? We don't have that anymore, by the way.
Never ask a parent about secrets.
Alright, I'll go pay for the rooms. Dave gets up, and he turns, and he walks downstairs to go pay for your rooms.
Can I, real quick, look in the history books and stuff to see if there's any mention of the Harangun Assassins Guild?
The Haragon Renovamen Assassin's Guild.
Yeah.
Some heroes. Like,
You actually
more
look through the
selfless.
book, and you don't find anything on them. They seem to be, at least these books seem a little outdated, so they must be something more recent because you find no mention of them.
Okay. Ugh, these books are pointless.
Downstairs, you can hear Dave, conversating with the tavern keep
Wait.
to get you rooms, and he's about to return. But anything we'd like to do up in here right now?
More thing as well. Can I try and look through the magic books real quickly to just find any sort of tracking that uses an item?
Tracking that uses an item.
Like a spell that track, for example, locate item, or scrying, which you can scry on an object.
The books don't really, the books you have don't really cover divination, more conjuration and enchantment, so you can't really find anything in these books about any sort of spell like that.
Ah, pointless books.
Dave soon returns with 2 sets of keys. He's like, we have 101 and 102, and he tosses the keys to 102 to Lixon. You take 102.
And Lixon's just gonna catch it. Or attempt to. I
They land in your hands pretty easily. There's nothing magical.
Oh, okay.
Dave kind of turns to the lock. Now, if you excuse me, I don't care what you all do. I'm sure there's plenty of things to explore. I'm tired. I have no cart. I just ran 60 feet and then an extra 50 feet I walked to get here. I'm taking a nap.
Drag some of that.
What
What?
happened to the cart?
Cave in. You probably saw it when you were coming in.
Magic voice didn't have.
Not
Yeah,
really.
you all
I didn't pay much attention.
you all are probably going to be pinned for the destruction of a very historical. I'm just gonna take a nap.
No.
I'm not going to be pinned for anything.
I wasn't there.
Heroes of Renovamen.
Crystal caves of. I'm not gonna do this. You all
The
explore to
only
your
thing
heart's
that's
content.
special about a landmark is tradition, and tradition can be redone.
Dave just kind of gives you a nod of no, puts a hand on his face, and opens the door with the key and walks inside, seemingly to take a nap. But yeah, you've got the
We
whole
done?
town of Denza Point to explore. Would we like to go anywhere
How,
specifically?
how did someone like that get wrapped up with you three?
Oh, we paid
Payment.
him. I had the idea of we needed a taxi, and he was a firefighter that was gonna be fired.
That
On
makes
the
more
bun?
sense then. I'm still not quite sure exactly how you've gotten this title, if this is what you guys are doing behind the scenes.
I didn't know we had the title.
Yeah,
I didn't know there was an assassin guild.
we didn't know we had a title like this either. It's
Who told we had the title?
I know Tempest's name at least.
Oh, I'm glad you don't know mine.
it
Well,
would be
you
the
didn't.
nobility.
I try to keep my name a bit quiet. Have you ever heard of Snuffles Honeybottoms?
Have I heard of Snuffles Honeybottoms?
Yes, and you would have known of Snuffles Honeybottoms as the prime suspect to selling the deed to Consuo to the Flumen mayor.
Looks and just squints. Unfortunately, I do know that name.
Oh, well, if you
Now
ever see
you know the
them,
place.
well, if you ever see them, make sure to say hi to me. They used to be an old friend.
Can I roll a- You're lying to me. Can I
We're on deception. It's a 22.
Insight on this? It's your 22?
A 22 deception.
Hang on.
You guys are
I'm gonna
rolling
roll an
against
insight
each other,
this.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah. Fuck, I was a 17, yeah.
my friend.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I know he looks quite like me, but big difference. His name's Snuffles Honeybottoms.
And he's also a he, not a they.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I was just saying that.
Yeah,
No.
we look very similar because we're both albino, but that's why we're friends. The albino hair guns. And also, you'll see that he goes around saying "my lady," but in a posher voice or something. I don't know.
I hate you.
What have I gotten myself into?
It was this or death. Take your pick.
If you change your mind, we can't help you with the other.
That's true. We do provide
I'm-
both.
I am very tempted to go in that room right now and lock you all out of it.
Well, that won't last for long.
But I won't
True.
because I'm a nice person. Luxon's gonna go right ahead to the room. Actually, no, I'm starving. Never mind. Luxon's gonna go downstairs instead to the bar.
All right. Is everybody?
Not often you see a nice person announce themselves as a nice person.
Exactly. Some people need humility at this point. God, unlike me, I'm so fantastically humble.
Do you all follow Lixon downstairs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You all make your way downstairs. Lixon, are you sitting at the table ordering something?
Yes.
Would all of you like to join them?
Yes.
I will sit down right next to Lixon and have a shit-eating grin on my face while
Oh
looking
my
at him.
god.
Sid's gonna hop on the table next to the two of them.
The human
Is
barkeep,
this seat taken?
from before, who was getting ranted and raved at by Sorsen, comes up. Hi. Do you all want anything to drink or?
I'm starving.
Ah.
I'm mostly just looking for something to eat.
Yeah, we got bread. I could cook up some fish. I mean,
Yes.
we got options.
Lepori, order me some fish.
Can we have some fish?
Yeah. Here. He kind of gives you the menu, and the menu's of mainly pretty generic things. Berry souffle is something that sticks out to
Cheeseburger.
you. There's a burger on the menu, a fish burger,
Fish burger.
not a fish
Sif, do you
related.
want a burger?
What is the most expensive item on this menu?
The berry tiramisu is the most
Oh,
expensive thing.
how expensive is it?
It is 1 gold piece.
Oh,
They are
That's
fucking
it?
extorting people. Tiramisu's cheap to make.
Ding.
It's berry though.
Oh wow, the berry souffle. Which would
You
honestly be
notice
more expensive.
you notice the marketing kind of tactic on the menu of berries gathered directly from the dens of forest, a very horrible place to enter with racists and elves and racist
Can you imagine
elves.
that? Look, like checking your menu, made with racist berries.
Hey guys, we can't wait to go to Denza
And
Forest. I know English.
Lixon's gonna just kind of like, what is the word I'm looking for?
Recoil.
Not recoil, like wrinkle his snout. I think that's what I want to say.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And then just
Yeah.
I'll purchase what kind of fish do you have?
We've got salmon, cod, bass, basic river fish, really.
Music
what
one.
kind of fish do you all prefer?
Well, all the ones I just.
Asking the party.
Huh? I'm a sucker for a guitar.
A what?
I'm not fussy in this regard.
What? You had a bass? Why you got a guitar?
No, the fish bass. He just kind of shakes his head and puts a hand over his. What? Okay.
I'll take salmon.
Salmon. Okay. He writes down on a little notepad. Okay. Salmon for you, and you. Does the cat want something?
Absolutely.
Meow.
What? Bestow upon me your wise wisdom, little cat. What fish do you prefer?
Sid's gonna go up to the menu and you gotta fucking whack his paw on just any old fish.
Any old
Okay.
fish.
Towards probably a more expensive, fancier fish.
That would be the salmon.
The salmon it is.
The guy just kind of watches you bat your hand at the salmon, just goes, okay. He writes that down.
Let it be known, this cat can read common.
This dog can drive.
I'll also have salmon. How
all
much would this all be?
Tempest,
Well,
you want any?
I gotta,
Tempest as well. Yes, Tempest. Do you?
ma'am, do you like anything?
Salmon it is.
I'll just,
Order Tempest and extra salmon.
I'll
Yeah,
just,
because if Tempest doesn't eat it, Sith will.
the guy just kind of takes down all your notes. That'll be 1 gold piece total for the 4 of you.
Of course. And Lixon just reaches. I don't know where Lixon's storing the gold that they didn't steal off of Lixon.
Wherever it is, I am looking
Very.
directly at it. I'm watching where you take your money from.
Hang on, I'm looking really quick. Where is
You could have a little pouch on your side. I mean, little pocket.
Lixon reaches in to the shoulder of her shirt and pulls out a gold piece and hands it to the keep.
The keep Keep takes it, kind of twirls it, puts it in his apron pocket. All right, I'll be out with your food in a moment. And he just kind of he walks into the back room, and you can hear a stove turn on, the wood burn stove, but a stove at that, and you hear chopping and the sounds of food being made is heard throughout the tavern. You notice also a lack of patrons in the tavern. It seems you guys are the only ones here. Anything you'd
Interesting.
like to say to each other while you're all sitting here?
Blixen is going to absentmindedly use prestigiation and just like on the tip of Lixen's finger is gonna like make a snowflake appear and just kind of watch it.
Watch it fall.
Yeah.
Fucking temptation. Oh.
Do I want to pull out my prestidigitation fucking 1v1 the snowflake?
No, I was gonna pull out my mage hand and just swat it, like, bat it away.
Actually,
That's
no.
so mean.
Fucking Lapori, good point. Sith fucking sees the snowflake and bats at it with his paw.
While you all are doing this, it actually takes a very short amount of time as the guy comes back out only about 10 minutes later while the snowflake batting occurs. I imagine this goes on for several minutes.
The batting of the snowflake.
He brings out 4 plates of salmon, all garnished, and they look very nice. And he just kind of nods to you, thank you. But as he nods this, you could hear a loud sound like a bzzz, like a large electric shock ring out from outside.
Lixen immediately grabbing both daggers off of his her sides.
Sith immediately eating the fish.
Lepori eating half of it and then, like, with a mouthful, goes.
I haven't even gotten to taste it yet. Lixen's staring up.
It's very good. It's pretty good.
You can hear from outside several murmurs, and through a window out the back of the tavern, you see a lot of people gathering at a large stone building that seems to be right nearby, with a huge metal antenna on it that you all saw, other than Lepori, that you all saw coming in. You don't know why people are gathering around it, but even the tavern keeps like looking out the back window, like, what the hell's going on out there?
Lixen's going to tear off a huge chunk of the fish into their mouth and then go to the window.
The window's behind the counter, and
Shit. You just go up to like the counter to try to peek through.
Make me a perception check because you're trying to look
my
out a
perception
window.
Fucking sucks.
I'm just,
There
like,
you go.
slowly walking over with, like, just the plate
Yeah, that's a
holding it
7.
and eating the fish.
That's a 7.
That's a
See,
7.
like walking over to the window, Lepori.
Yeah, just walking over the window, like, slowly eating the fish.
Sith, are you doing anything to try to look out the window?
No, I'm eating the fish.
Okay. Lepori, you make your way over to the window. Lixen, you see fuck all out that window. You just see like a blob of people. But you see a lot of people are gathered outside the window, and you notice a red-robed figure is climbing the metal antenna outside, and a crowd is gathered to watch as this person seemingly is holding a blade in their hand that is crackling with electricity, but you can't see anything about this person other than they're wearing a red robe and that they are bald, and this crowd is gathered to observe whatever this is happening. And this person climbing the tower is making decent progress. They're about halfway up the antenna, and if they were to climb any higher, you might not be able to see them from the window.
Oh, bloody hell! I can't see anything from this view. Lixen's gonna attempt to. Where's the closest door to like get outside? To see what the hell's
It's
happening.
to your right, just outside the counter.
All right, Lixen's gonna go back to the table, take another chunk of fish, shove it in his mouth, and then go outside.
I'm gonna follow her, just, like, holding the plate and still slowly eating it while, like, leisurely walking.
Sith, do you also?
I imagine Lixen goes over, stabs his dagger into the fish, cuts off a giant chunk, shoves it into Lixen's mouth, and then goes outside.
Fish.
Sith is very patiently waiting with Tempest's fish. I mean, Tempest.
Of course. Lepori and Lixon, as you both step outside, you can hear the crowd murmuring, like, you hear lots of mentions of the word sorceress asshole. That's the only thing that really sticks out to you, though, as the man on the tower continues to climb higher.
They said sorceress?
Yes.
Asshole? Oh no.
You guys aren't close enough to the crowd, but you can hear this murmuring, and the sorceress asshole is what sticks out to you the most.
How far away is he with that from us?
You guys just stepped outside the tavern. The crowd is about 20 feet away from you in front of the big stone building.
Okay, so he's within 120 feet.
He's in the air, but yes.
Yeah. I'm just gonna point and go, like, Wilson with sort of like a hot mouthful. What you doing?
Whoever this, are you
Using message,
pointing?
obviously.
Are you pointing this at the person climbing the tower?
I'm pointing it at the person climbing, using message, going, "What are you doing?"
This person doesn't actually respond.
Wow. Cedar's alive.
Oh,
Cedar!
Tempest, are you following Lepori and Lixon outside?
What makes you think I'm getting up from the table?
Are you
Are you eating your salmon? This is the more
I'm
important bit.
slowly eating my fish.
Lovely.
Amazing
Lepori,
This
you
is
don't
watching
actually
the
get it. You don't
technical
actually get a response that doesn't sound like from
Fucking
this
asshole.
person who's climbing up. They get about to near the top of where this tower lie, and you notice as they turn to see this little platform, it's Sorsen. Standing atop, holding what looks to be Shiro's blade. He kind of holds the sword up to in between where the two prongs of the tower would spark, and he just lets go as this sword begins to attain so much energy within it that it begins to float midair, and he just kind of begins cackling like as he, laughs at this sword. You notice also his arm, previously was injured, is now no longer injured. It seems he got tired of wearing it around as a cast. He continues to laugh as he's up there, and you notice Shiro comes to you from the crowd. You notice him in the crowd because he was the tallest one in the crowd, and he kind of signs to Lepori, "Can you knock him down?"
I just like put a thumbs up, and then it's just sees I pull out a gun, aim it at him. Well, I'll load one shot at aiming at him.
Shiro puts up the hammer, just like, no.
Lixon is immediately also going to try to grab at
Alright,
Lepori, like
I'll
no.
slowly put it back down, and then pull out a deck of cards and get ready.
Shiro just kind of nods, and he also signs to you, "Hit my sword while you're at it, would you?"
All right, I was like thumbs up, and then I'm gonna use the cards deck to throw 3 cards, 2 at Sorsen, 1 at the sword.
All right. So if I recall correctly, that means they must make decks.
Is it Dex or is it me hit?
I think you have to roll to hit. Hold on.
I think
Again.
so. I think that's what we did last
I
time.
wrote this a year
could've-
ago.
So I was just gonna say, the other hand, like Lepori's just doing this deck with like one hand, and like the other hand is just holding a plate of fish with a fork on it, like half eaten.
Roll to hit.
That's a nat 20 for a 26.
Perfect. You fire these cards from. You're standing right by the tavern door. You fire these cards up there. They slam straight into Sorsen's chest. You just hear "ow" as he kind of stumbles backwards, falling off this very tall antenna. He kind of like catches himself on one of the rungs, but the other card manages to strike the sword's hilt, and as it does, it points straight towards some houses and fires this massive electricity beam, barely missing some of the houses, and the sword just kind of like it makes a clang sound as it fires this beam off, spins around, it hits Sorsen in the head by the hilt, thankfully, who then just kind of stumbles down, and he didn't have much farther to fall, and he just kind of lands with a, "Oh! Ah! Why must all my bones be broken by my
I just
toil.
walk over slowly and just like stand above him, looking.
He's
down,
on
eating
the roof
salmon.
of this building.
Oh, the roof. Okay, I thought you meant on the floor.
No, he's on the roof of this building, like screaming this. Shiro just kind of nods to you, and he goes to the side. He begins walking over to the side of this large building, and begins climbing up the wall in order to go get him. Because clearly he's.
I'm just standing here looking while eating the fish, just looking at him. That's crazy.
You notice while whatever Sorsen was trying to do is happening, a scholarly person begins to walk over to you. Hold on.
A nerd.
A nerd, sure. We'll call him a fucking
I
nerd.
point to him and call him a nude. No.
Walks over to you in a white lab coat. He's of tiefling descent. It strikes you as odd, and he begins to he simply asks Lepori a question. Excuse me, are you friends of a Rillo horn carver?
Oh yeah. Well, friends, I guess. More like acquaintances that with that guy tried to kill me.
A Rillo?
Yeah.
Look, I don't care about that. Look, I was paid to give you their replacement. I don't know anything further than that. They sent me a letter a little while ago that they were planning to leave this group that they were in. They felt bad, wanted a replacement. Here's this thing. And right next to him is this very large Warforged. Donning. Hold on. This Warforged is pretty tall, donning lots of armor. It's got this steel look to it, and you notice the holy symbol of Renovamen is carved into the chest. And he just kind of shows this thing to you, and he's like, yeah, he told me to give you this. Have a good day. And he just turns and walks away like it's nothing.
This guy works for Amazon.
It's like Lepori just looks kind of confused, looks at the like Warforged, looks up and down, and goes, "Do you want some salmon?" While holding up the plate.
It's a Warforged.
Listen, Lepori doesn't know shit. Do I need to tell you that Lepori has +0 intelligence and +0 wisdom?
Oh, fuck.
Ugh, Lepori, beloved.
Lepori / Neg.
Lepori / Neg.
Warforged, would you like to react in any kind of way?
So hi everybody, I'm back.
Hey, Cedar. Whoa, I wonder who this Warforged it.
I wonder who it is. So as you kind of put this plate of salmon in front of him, he kind of just looks at it, and he's like, I don't think you understand.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't understand a lot of things. You want some salmon? It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Lixon's gonna go try to help Shiro with whatever the fuck is going on over that way.
While Lepori's having a very intelligent conversation with his Warforged, attempting to feed it, you walk over and notice Shiro has completely scaled the side of this building. It's about a story tall, and you notice as you make your way over there, he just kind of pulls himself over and makes it onto the roof and kind of gets out of view of you. If you'd like to scale the wall, be my guest.
I'm going to attempt.
Be anyone's guest.
I'll attempt.
Joining the Space Squad.
All right, roll. Roll. That would just be acrobatics, yeah. Yeah, I think it'd be acrobatics.
Sure.
All right. I have proficiency in acrobatics. Let's fucking go.
Boop.
Yeah.
That's a 22.
That's a 22. Perfect. You make your way up this brick wall pretty easily. It has nice handles for you to grab onto, and you pull yourself up over the the roof, and Sorsen and Shiro both haven't noticed you there. So Shiro's kind of like knelt down, and he's kind of like just trying to pick up Shiro. Not Shiro. Sorsen. But Sorsen's like, no, fuck off, you piece of fucking shit. They're both they're. It's not really them both arguing. Shiro is not saying much of a word. Sorsen is just kind of bullying the shit out of him as he tries to like pick him up as he is clearly injured. His sword is back in the sheath he had it on, and Sorsen's just fucking yelling at him, being real mean.
Lixen's just gonna very loudly clear their throat.
Sorsen just kind of turns to you for a moment. This isn't your business. Why? How did you even scale a roof of? I'm not even gonna ask. Fuck off, Shiro. It just devolves into yelling at Shiro at that point.
Is he all right? No.
Shiro just kind of turns to you and just nods.
Good. What was he even attempting?
He kind of turns to you and signs, he wanted to burn the forest with my sword. Sorsen is on the ground, and he can't... Shiro is turned in such a way that he is blocking his hands from being shown to Sorsen. And Sorsen on the ground, as he's signing this to you, goes, What are you saying? I want to see.
Oh goodness. Listen's going to get closer to them. Your name was Sorsen, right?
Sorsen says, yes, I don't understand why that's of importance. What is he saying? He never signs to me. He only does it to people we're supposed to kill.
Right. Well, I understand that you're upset with the elves who have killed your friend, but
yes.
I am also upset with those elves for kidnapping me.
He's kind of like, as you're saying this, like struggling to stand, kind of holding on to Shiro's shoulder in order to.
But I don't exactly think burning down an entire forest is a great idea.
Oh, burning down the... I'm sorry, since when did you think a forest full of racists... Oh shit, I work in that forest. When did you think a forest full of racists was a good idea to keep on an island filled with a bunch of mages? When was that a good idea?
I don't think it's a great idea, but...
Right, thus my attempts to burn it down.
Yes, but you must remember, those elves all do have a family. They
Racist families.
They are still people.
Racist people. Murderous people.
Yes, but to be fair, I am also with a group of murderous people myself.
Are they racist?
That's yet to be determined. I don't think.
Nah. Well, then I see... Well, okay, no. Actually, the murderous part is kind of why we're trying to kill them, but... Wait, you're with them?
I'm more of... They've saved me, and I'm trying to get back home, but I can't get back home by myself.
You notice as Sorsen kind of, like, reaches into Shiro's pocket, and... the pocket of his armor, and he kind of flips out a notepad. Don't mind me. What did you say your name was? He's writing something in this notepad.
Lixen just sighs, looks at Shiro like, do I say? Like...
He shrugs.
Okay. Lixen, Seracast.
Right, yes, thank you. That's an extra 100 platinum for all of us. He puts the notepad back in the pocket. Anyway, yeah, racist people, murderous people, I don't care. I'm just fucking, yep, Shiro, we should go. Shiro just kind of, like, gives him side-eye as he's, like, still facing you. Don't give me that look. Carry me away. Shiro just goes, he shakes his head no, and he's like, what do you mean no? He just continues to shake his head no. Fine, I'll just use the stupid key of escape. Go to a doctor or something. Shiro, do you have the key of escape? He's kind of fiddling with a bag that's off to his side. Do you have it? We kind of came here by cart. I don't. Do you have money for a taxi? I don't remember where I put the key.
How much is your taxi
Oh, we're fine.
in
Trust
this
me.
area?
We have all
No,
expenses.
how much is it?
Where are you trying to get to? Depends.
Where are you trying to get to?
I'm not going to answer that.
You are unbearable.
Oh, unbearable, Maya. Just, Shiro, why won't you carry me? Shiro just, again, nods to him no. Could you at least say it with words? I don't understand, just no.
I don't think your friend can talk.
Yes, I know that. That's why I'm asking him to sign. He doesn't do that with me. In case you didn't notice, kind of, necktie there, the vows. Whatever. I don't. Just.
No, I'm curious now. Shiro, why don't you sign to him?
Shiro kind of moves his hands away from Sorsen. He goes, I don't like him.
Flicks and stifles a laugh.
What did he say? I can't see it. I can't see what he said.
Uh, I don't know if I can divulge this information to you. I'm going to be honest.
Shiro, what the fuck did you say? Did you say like a couple slurs? Jesus.
It's a Dragonborn thing. You won't understand it.
I don't want to understand it. He kind of like pushes himself off the tower and he just kind of like wobbles. Anyway, I'm sure there's a ladder here somewhere. I'm gonna go get down from the building. Shiro just kind of sighs and goes to follow him as he tries to get down from the building. You gonna stop him?
I'm so tempted to do something.
Uh-oh.
Looks okay. I wanna. Let's see. Hang on. Can I use prestigiation again to do make a puff of wind against Soren?
Sorsen?
Sorsen, yeah.
A puff of wind against where?
Just like at him.
It's not a particularly. It wouldn't be a particularly forceful
Okay,
wind, but he'd
never mind
feel
then.
it. He'd feel it.
You'd feel it. I guess I'll just follow. I'll just follow after. Make sure this guy doesn't fucking kill himself getting off this goddamn roof.
Shiro kind of makes his way about halfway down the roof. Shiro is, probably about 2/3 the size of this roof, and he kind of like, not roof, the building, since the building's 10 foot tall. He kind of climbs down a few feet, hops down. Sorsen just kind of hops off the roof and is caught by Shiro, and he's like, oh, I think that's my sides. Oh. Shiro just kind of looks at him and drops him, and he goes, please stop doing that. As he just kind of grabs Sorsen by his robes and just begins dragging him. He's like, oh, you're beyond carrying me now, like we're a married couple. Shiro kind of gives him the death stare, where he's like, okay. As
Lipton's gonna attempt to slide off the building now. Just well, not like after them, but just try to
climb down.
Yeah.
Roll
Or
acrobatics
slide,
for me
whatever.
again.
All right, another acrobatics. I really hope I buff this one. Would be funny as hell. No, I didn't. It's 21.
21. You managed to scale down the building quite safely. And as, I imagine you're making your way back to the tavern where the party's currently eating their yummy, delicious fists. And Lepori is trying to feed a Warforged. Let's actually cut back to the two of them as you make your way.
I just think it was funny to go fuck with the silly squad. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm fond of them.
They are silly.
They are silly.
Lepori, you're still attempting to feed this Warforged, no?
Yeah. In spectator chat, we've been saying it.
We've been talking in spectator chat.
And I've got my apologies mixed to a foot. Most times I'm just gonna say, "Are you my secret admirer?" Well, I'm flattered, but I'm a rabbit once upon many, romantically and criminally. But all I'm saying is, this fish is amazing, real good.
You don't know what a Warforged is, do you?
No idea.
Okay.
What?
Do you have does do you have a name? You're talking to the Warforged.
Well, my creator called me F41TH, but you can call me F4.
F for what?
Oh my god.
Who do stuff together.
You
It's,
you said
is
this was a
this
replacement for
is this the
your
one I hear a
other
lot
party
about?
member. You read a replacement for another party member, is that what I'm hearing?
Oh yeah, Aurelio tried to choke me and then punch me multiple times.
I
but
feel like
apparently-
Aurelio was in the right. Mr. Warforged, let's get you back inside.
I'm offended. We're just like being extra dramatic, like pushing hand against chest, just what was me? What was me?
Before, get over yourself, please.
I'm gonna eat my salmon as I walk in.
Alexan's gonna try to lead this Warforged back over to them.
Yeah, he's gonna slowly walk with you. He's a bit cautious because he wasn't informed of your presence at all because he was
Yeah.
only told of Lepori, Tempest, and Sith, but he will follow you slowly.
You make as you all, re-enter the tavern, Tempest still probably eating on the fish, that they
No,
have.
straight up fell asleep on the fish.
Fell asleep
My
on the
fish is
fish.
probably cold.
Lovely.
He's sleeping on the fish right now.
on the fish?
Yep.
Oh, Sith is eating at it then.
Yeah.
Sith is just like taking little nibbles at it, at the fish that's on the table. The five of you now make your way back into the tavern, and the tavern keeps gone in the back as a couple of more patrons have stepped in. The crowd outside has begun to dissipate. The entirety of Denza Point is at your what? What'd you say? Someone said
Look.
something. Oh.
No.
No.
The entirety of Denza Point is at your leisure. Feel free to explore wherever if you all want to. Next session, though, because it's almost 9:30 at night, and I think this is it.
I was about to say, first off,
Yeah, it's about 9:30 at night. I'm getting a little loopy. I'm getting a little tired.
Go eat your food.
sleepy.
Yeah, I probably should go eat my food.
Go eat your
uh,
fish.
Do we have anyone we want to raid?
Ducks.
Dash ducks. Arrow.
Okay,
Ina,
alright.
Ina's live right now.
Oh, Ina's live, yeah.
Oh, Ina's
Yeah,
live?
Oh,
Okay,
Ina's
we'll,
live.
we'll go raid Ina. We'll go raid Ina. I hope you all had a fun session with us today, and I will see you all next Tuesday, hopefully.
Woo!
Yippee.
Lixon's gonna be
Yippee.
piece of the fuck out. For a second.
Yeah, just stay in the room.
Lixon's gonna be locked in the room.
Lixon has locked.
Me, me,